Right. Hi, everyone. It's Professional High Priestess. I just wanted to go ahead and put a quick tutorial out. I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick tutorial regarding like waterworks, water warfare, gay, and what does that have to do with like gay sex and like sex rituals and this thing that we've been discussing called AZF. I first wanted to say that for those of you guys that were illegally uploaded to the virtual reality, right, which requires access to you via chemicals or through your DNA, which is that protein peptide database that I've showed you. Something exploded this morning because we were supposed to do the Griselda training where I show you guys like 90 recipes, right? But we're not doing that because of what has gotten started in regards to like extremities with spy magic and a sting operation that has now completed itself. So I did record everything that was going on this morning, and I'm going to make sure to upload that to the evidence file, or I'll just make it public and I'll just type in the description box what this is for and the cases you guys can use this for. So let me just put a new environment on the internet as a whole because I have like so many waters. Great, right? And that's what you call chemical water, or quem water, right? Like a magical water. So why are we talking about water? So some of you guys have been involved in like some nonsensical things with Seven Bomar. And it came out last night in the middle of the night for Spanish America, who this person wasn't what he was suggesting. There was 3 people that got involved in this AZF that were awake that told everybody what had come out. A lot of people did not know that Seven Bomar knew me before Martha and them had called him in to play games with the Hanifis, right? Him and 2 other people had known me. So then what happened was a lot of people did not know that Seven Bomar is playing with something called an intelligence scanner, where basically like you go sit on the computer and like, okay, they're saying this and this and this and this, or you take a certain drug like meth or that fake ayahuasca or piquite, and then somebody in space like tries to trail down intelligences to you from a child's hand, and it's their homework in school. So the Hanifis got exposed doing that, and Seven Bomar is a fraud. And this is coming up again because this AZF, him and him alone, playing with Drake, playing with Nas, playing with Diddy, and playing with a few other people, started this carnage of 300,000 children, women, and men going missing and getting put into sex rituals, where we get grown men, right, getting like, okay, Tapiara, but why are you guys all here? Oh, drop your clothes and stuff like that. And we're getting our powers back. And I know I'll have to like nonsense like that because they saw, oh, your spiritual reality is now the new economy. It had to turn to that point. And we've been talking about it for a while because you guys are hella disgusting and delusional when you're playing with your clunkless surgeries, right? Just give me 1 second. High Priest, I just want to let you know that there's 2 of them discussing with you and they can hear me. Kill both of them. Don't make sure they don't leave that room. So let me go activate another type of water that I have, which is like a body I could put over myself when I'm streaming, because it's just like a general like karmic energy on the internet. And I suggest you guys all go ahead and invoke that if you're watching anything or looking at anything on the internet, period, because all the magic that they uploaded in space to play games to keep this bullshit going so they can find food on the planet because they're banished in space because they started slavery. So we have this where they started this. So they didn't know that. 1. 2, a lot of you guys didn't know. How did you like know about Daisy? I found her on the internet. Nick Goss, Larry Goss's brother, was the one that introduced me to Seven Bomar. And then he was going to Seven to get magic done on Larry. That's how Larry get put in jail. And they gave him Cheong in that jail. Okay, now you see it. So after discussions of DCYF and a network computer going missing, and what happened with the fact that Glenn Eagleson lives right down the street from Nick's dad, and there's a Hanifi that lives down the street. You guys know her from FA. I think her name is Patricia, but she has like a little black puppy, or she's like bigger now, named Rebecca. And Glenn lives across the street from another man that has the white version of that dog. Yeah, and she was getting paid to go in their houses and play with chemicals and Qiang. And that's why I had to talk about that, because a lot of people didn't know like how far it had gone with Seven Bomar being so schizophrenic and delusional that people saw what he was doing. That's how I got pulled in here, because I was on my period. For whatever reason, they knew that because they're tracking me in some like platform, right? Because they uploaded me to some Feel Your Body and Mucha Gente. So when I was on my period, men were having contractions because that's how they tied us together. Oh, so he knew that I was on my period and he was like trying everything that he could to get into my apartment. I just need a tampon, this and this and that. And this is how like this started with, okay, I know what to do. Playing with AZF, playing with magic, playing with spell work and starting shit. So then what ended up, yes, like, yeah, like really like to that point, it was really extreme. So extreme. That's how several people got arrested when this first started. Seven Bomar is a straight sociopath. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not really, I wouldn't say sociopath, because you have to have like more sense than that, right? He's just like us, what he calls a he's like a schizophrenic. There's different levels of it, but he's one that thinks that he's a high priest. And that's like one of the worst ones because you don't know that you're delusional. You have no melanin. So you think absence of melanin is actually a spiritual gift. And that's why you get into deformities like this AZF nonsense. So then what ended up happening was he started sending people like, oh, you're going to go ahead and get into AZF, and then you're going to go ahead, and that was very major that just came out. Now you guys know how this got started. Like, okay, well, who's their family? And boom, 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 Larry's dad, and then Coco, his girlfriend, and playing games with Jessica. That's how that started in the Hanifi right there, because I used to house sit for Glenn. So people, oh, I did not even know that. You never told me whose house that was, though. I told you this is my boss's house. I was house sitting. Right. Why did you just get quiet? So then you guys were playing games with these sex rituals, right? And this AZF nonsense. And Seven Bomar was telling you, oh, you're going to then go to the Siwa. You're going to go to the Siwa waters in Egypt, and then you're going to restore yourself in Kemet. Didn't I tell you that that's how you do it? I'm telling you, I've seen this years ago. I've read every book on the planet. No, you haven't, and that's actually impossible. And a lot of these books are such jargon and nonsense. If you've read every book, you wouldn't be on the internet. You'd be dead because you would have absorbed a specific origin, right? Like it's like a like something that they put on people that with that type of mental illness where they feel like they need to go and like collect all the information and try to play with people and what up. Right? You get something called the Adward gene, aka something that follows you around and constantly brings you chaos and sorrows and like nonsense. And this is how I learned early on in my spirituality. Just don't consume too much. There's a lot, just don't consume too much. And be careful what you do consume, right? So because I'm a Libra moon, I'm an actual Libra, not like my chart is actually activated, not somebody that, oh, I just like got a body on the planet and my chart happened to be so much Scorpio and Libra that when you looked at it, you already knew that I was a water demon and not to be taken seriously because I'm 5'9" playing with you when you're on your period. And I'm like 40 years old raping my little daughter and giving her HIV like as punishment because she wants a new family because of what happened to her. Look how far I'm going to get with you. Yeah. That's also an optimist, right? So now we're getting into the realm where a lot of people are, thank you so much, my brother Eric. Thank you, right? Because we're in church. So now we're getting to the point where, let me get my calculator because it's 11:33 and there's portal functions. Let's just spell where to break all these different gateways. That's how this got started. Ooh. So there was somebody that's born September 25th, that their birthday's gonna come up here. I got 9.5. It's close enough. Give me a 10. This, what I'm going to use this for, woo, is I'm going to open up a portal of communication so that a specific type of communication intelligence is going to wrap itself around somebody to expose like something that they're in. 37 is in here. It's 9.502137. So I got the Hierophant and I got the full card because you're false and you're not a hermit, which is the 9. It's over with the world. It's 37. That's done. You called on different demons because 1 with the Chariot and the Empress, the 3 and the 7, you wanted to go and play. Now the Chariot is also with the police. And then we have 555, 555. So after the 37, I got 535, and that's 5 plus 5 is 10 and 33. That's 13. This is how you like play with like false portal functions in space and like play with people's kids. It's just like their nonsense, and I just broke it. So now I can play with this because my calculator is the only one that's activated on the planet. That's enough. I like the pink one though, but I don't need that. I found this on the street. Yeah, they searched every camera up and down to see if I stole. I did it. I found this on the street. Yeah, just like I found that Huey Mac. I think you should just stop playing with me and stop eating my umbilical cord to seem sick and lit and like sticking your dick in 4-year-olds. So now, right, these are the type of things that they were suggesting, but they didn't know that there's different types of water, right? So, oh, we have all these different ACF sex rituals. We play with people's kids. We start a bunch of bullshit with Daisy. You have to just traumatize her and break it down because that's how you get your gifts back. Because look what they did in space. Look at Manafra Kapata. That was a fake story that they like curated. Because I said, how was that possible? Because why would Sobeka be going to the Duat looking for her body and then leaving? Oh, how did you get into Kemet and you have no melanin? Oh, that's not really Kemet. That's like a, okay, I just figured like you guys were just playing hella games. So okay, they knew that oops, 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 oops. It's coming because they it's like, oh, doctor, oh, here we go. They told us that they were gonna bring this out, right? So you're playing with Gavin Newsom, who's a fag, and went to Israel so he can stick his dick in another fag and then a child. And then you have spiritual power so you can play games. And I'm always gonna be the governor because you're that mentally ill that people now want you out of office. So then what you did was you went on a tirade for 2 years, switching people's for 1,400 kids to play games with this AZ nonsense. That's where this came from, Seven Beaumont then. Oh, we can do space travel if we molest Aisha and put her in the spiritual chamber as a child and switch her babies at birth with her stupid ass cousin that had a duffel bag. Right? I don't know what you're saying those main lyrics. I don't remember it. Right? I'm just show me something. Daisy's emo, start this, start that. I told you she will never feel like this and that again. See, look at this in the computer. Yeah, but that's manipulated because I just went on her channel. She's like, fine. I thought you said that we're supposed to be getting spiritual powers and this and this and that, and I can write this and write that. So now what's going to happen is everyone that's gone to Egypt in the past 2 years is getting docked and tracked because a bunch of families have been complaining about kids going missing. And I saw him in the virtual reality. Now he's here in Egypt. And now our kids are going missing. How is this happening? Right. Mahani, he was just out there. Oh, we can do brotherhood in here in that Siwa like oasis. Do you know what's in that Siwa oasis? You do sex rituals. You kidnap grown men, you play with people, then get on the computer and scream in Daisy's ear. Well, it's not really racism, it's something else. And that's why I don't really talk about that on my channel. You notice I'm neutral because I knew that there was something behind it. Yeah, space. And the fact that you have sex with your mom and your dad. So then what ended up happening, thank you. Right, let's get all the way like below, right? I'm talking about deep, dark water that's like invisible, it's so dark. Because that's the type of water that I'm playing with. Because I'm a high priestess, and I didn't have to stick my dick in anyone's kids. I don't have one though. I didn't have to like ride a little child. I didn't have to do any of that. I just minded my business and fought warfare for 2 years appropriately on YouTube, helping other people with my videos and doing a lot with my writings and my books. So much so that in order to play with any of this work, you need to show that you've gone through Daisy's training. I don't want any of that. Oh, you guys remember this when I was getting called crazy and I was writing these different books, putting all this stuff out? Yeah, I didn't stick my dick in a man's behind to do all that. I didn't kidnap anybody. I didn't start any shit, right? I just paid attention and just scribed and downloaded. Like, okay, this is cool. I get if I keep working harder and this keeping clean. Oh, maybe not that type of cannabis. I'll get this CBD when I was smoking it for a while. No THC in my body either. I only had gummies and stuff like that. Sacrifice, chilling. I was all by myself. You guys were stalking, harassing me, running my name and nonsense, right? So that's how I got my gifts. Oh, to be able to write DNA sequences, let me actually show you what, like, if I show you something in my notebook, you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't know you thought that sticking your dick in another man's body was going to be able to get you that. I have to show people what the fuck you started though with that whole ATF nonsense. This is gonna officially get Seven Beaumont murdered. Anywhere he goes, he is a target because of this ACF, because he lied to a bunch of people that were already goofy and stupid because they already slept with your clunker. Okay, good. Right? They already believed in white supremacy now, but I play ball and I don't want people to think that I'm this and that for saying something. But you get involved in the kidnap and rape of 300,000 kids and then be like, oh, well, I share Black Lives Matter, even though Alicia Garza is an op and has sex with her family too, and is delusional. Okay, so then you thought that you were going to be playing with speech and doing all of that and coding on the computer. Remember when everyone was saying like, oh, she's schizophrenic, she's crazy, look at those tarot cards, huh? Isn't that the same like tarot cards that I'm bringing out these new environments? So let's talk about different types of water. Right. One fucking idiot that saw Black women is like, I'm so jealous and delusional. But didn't I talk about fags? I talked about fags, right? Let's get back into hood because that's also an octopus. I talked about fags, right? And this is what fags do. They want to emulate women. It's actually, there's something called the planet of the fags. There's something called the planet of the sellouts. You have bodies there. You have a federation. I know my zodiac is activated. It is. It's perpetuate. Why are you mad that your behavior led you into different forms? Surely you knew that there was checks and balances, right? On the planet. Or did you have scales over your eyes so that you couldn't see? Oh, yeah, we should stop playing with that intelligence scanner because everyone can tell that there's a certain type of schizophrenia and like drug use amongst Nubian News, Seven Beaumont, and two other people that were using that because they can't divinate. Ooh, oops. But you stalked and harassed me for 4 years, so everyone saw my life. Right. So because you were spying on me sexually, you thought that, oh, okay, well, we can do this and we can do that. You deluded yourself into that. And then you got stupid motherfuckers involved, but you knew that they were goofy because you either switched them at birth, played with chemicals, they're involved with ear clunklet. So it's easy for them to do the ear clunklet again and get involved in more ear clunklet, right? So now when people are talking about, okay, what's the language? That has no syntax. That's not this. I'm an etymologist. You're a fucking fraud because you can't write any hyperdimensional language. You're playing with that white dude. I see you. I'm looking right at you. I remember you from Instagram. Don't play with me. I will have you killed for those cannabis robberies. And this dude, I know this dude, he was working on this crypto platform. I know him too. And I know Yi-Qwa. And I'm going to let him know who's robbing him in Hawaii. Right. The world is very small, but it's not. Right? Especially when you own it, you can ban people from the planet, which is another thing. Oh, I didn't know that this was going to happen, but I got traded off my team. Have you seen anything come of benefit from playing with somebody like that? Seven Momer doesn't have any money. He took the last of a little bit of money, went to Costa Rica, got that place because the Hanifis go back and forth from over there too. This is my space. Remember that? Right. Right. Because now they're opening up we have a house out there in Costa Rica. He has no money. Right. So now I want to talk about different types of water. Because the Yiqua Oasis, that's just one type. Oh, you do this, you do that. Remember how she was talking about getting a new body? I told you it was going to be that easy. You don't get a new body by using spell work and red wine. Why not? That's in the Bible. No, it's not. They try to. You can make a new body off red wine. Why? Because it's a certain type of sexual apparatus. And then by going with your mate into the garden, you can get like certain type of light coats up there to just get a new body. Right. Did I stick my dick into somebody? Did I put my blood? No, that's also an octopus. Let me get total zero with you, really below the surface, right? There's a whole lot more underneath that, right? I didn't do any of that in my business. While you guys stalk me, harass me, and say anything under the sun because you incurred a Yiqua. A Yiqua is a water demon. Right? And they incurred so much gossip and all this. Castle, I don't know what's going on. I feel like she has daddy issues. She just started texting me, and I have no idea what he's talking about because he raped and murdered 200 women and cut off one of their heads, and his fingerprint is like blazed into the side of her head because of pressure. Oops, 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 oops. Right. But remember the same water warfare. Remember when I was like actually like divinating in different waters and that deep sea diving when I was pulling up maps and showing you the bodies and showing you these women, telling you what even nail color polish that they had, how many nails Castle like bedded into their body, how many staples they had, how many stitches, etc., what limbs were missing, how many stab wounds. No one paid attention. But all of a sudden you're sticking your dick in another man's ass to get water and to get water magic. And then you said and Azogagagwam, who those are just two fucking fishes that figured out how to get human bodies and they're delusional. That's what's in the Yiqua, one of them. And then another one is a different female that's like stuck there too. It's nothing special. They're just gonna die and rise to the surface and all of Egypt is gonna stink. And that's it for tourism. Now, way of water, really, way of water. Because you know what you show people with those intelligence bats, I will never divinate. Why did you not tell us that you made a deal? I just wanted to make. You have no idea what's in that movie. If I stand on that movie the first 5 minutes, everyone involved in making that is getting arrested because it's going to show that they were playing in space with goofy, delusional bitches that lost their melanin for playing games with water. Because how did this get started? And also they wanted, oh, we can get physical bodies and we can go mate there. And then we can play because somebody glamored them. Who cares? They went all the way down to the point that they had thousands upon millions of trillions of clones playing games. Too vicious, right? So then what ended up happening, they said, oh, we lost this water and the ability to play because we made these bodies and then mating and going out and mating other people. So let's go here and play because the bodies that they made then glamored them. Just drama, that's done. This planet is only like 2,000 years old. It's not that ancient and whoa. Right? There's nothing hermetic about any of this or hermit-like. Be careful, right? It's just drama. So now we've moved into several people getting removed from their team, people losing all their fucking money, motherfuckers getting shot in their face for just mentioning my name, right? And you're still playing. So now people are going to Seven Bomer. This sounds like your channel. This is all my channel. And that's why they play with my channel like that, to make it seem like, oh, we didn't get this from space and we were molesting people and stalking and harassing you because of your tech work, but Seven can't do that. Oh, I've done this before. I know all about this. I helped them build this. Seven, I know you weren't because I was involved with the original rituals that opened up this UTF 4 and 8. So you don't know what you're doing at all. I didn't know that that's what they were building though. Lawford Goddard conversations recorded by the feds. Give me 1 minute. I need some like water. Aquatic. Oh, this type of water? It's not from the Red Sea. Oh, I know there's something special there. Whoa, it has a specific type of special mixture from the cartel in it for special superpowers to get recipes from some poor Oaxaca women who, I don't know how 27 children went missing around me. They just happened to fall into the white man's hands. And then my number fell into his phone. And then $60 for each child fell into my Cash App. Right? You have things to stop lazy. Right. That's why I haven't gotten settled in court and why Martha's still going back and forth fantasizing about fingering me, right? Oh, she's stopping her period though. Like that's the most fun. This is the type of conversations that everyone is hearing and recording in their fucking office. Good, done. Types of water. There's water warfare, like with the aquatic beings. There's zodiacal water, like where you use your sign. I'm a Cancer rising. That's all you really need. Scorpio is not actually a real water sign because Scorpio is not a real sign. The real Scorpios are not on the planet. So if you're born in Scorpio season, you're like it's like an intelligence of part like Libra and part another water sign that they don't call on the planet. Ophiuchus is not real. It's just something that they did to like play with the zodiac. Like, oh, if we say that there's a 13th sign, like the zodiac, people always just have to like figure out in their mind, like these type of questions, where would this fit? When's my birthday? When's this and that? I mean, look, we can live with the calculator because the mind is also like creates mental spirals. And then look, we have our own. Just get out of here. It's still Sagittarius. You're still all ops. Sagittarius are ops too. So there's 18 signs. We're only with 12. And then the one that 3 of them that you guys see, they're not in this like universal subset. They're old ones that were banished to try to activate them to play spell work, and that broke. And that's what 7 Palmers are writing off like, oh, well, you know my skill. Yeah, you are. That means you're delusional. You're intense. You're so passionate that you forget like your senses, right? You've gotten involved in passions of desire, aka incest. Yeah, you're a Scorpio, because I'm just reading it from the Lilith description. Yeah. That's why they took those offline, because everyone got fucking exposed when I started reading that in the Bay. Where did she get this from? Oh, her higher self. Yeah, because not a certain person on the planet could write that unless you're playing with an intelligence scanner. Oh, they're playing from space. Where are they getting lyrics from space? Half of these bitches, their albums is just Aaliyah. Just let it be on the planet, who cares? Look at it. It flopped. Not even 400,000. They didn't even get 40,000 streams. So you're done. Right? So now, right, because I'm activated Cancer, right? No pun intended. And we're one of the original water signs. And my chart is balanced. And I also have Libra, which is also part water. Thank you, right? AKA like beauty warfare, like Libra warfare, right? Venus warfare. That's still a type of water warfare because we're talking about chemicals. Beauty. Or with 12s, right? You can go ahead and play with that. Then there's aquatic form waters. Like, oh, I have this type of aquatic body. I can activate this water in this form and do this and this and that with this aquatic body water. Like, oh, I can divinate like this in this aquatic body. Let me activate this. I didn't stick my dick in a man's ass to get that. I'm just still wondering what the fuck you're talking about though, right? Right? Like I said, let's get grounded, right? I mean, but we're like aquatic, so you know what I mean? Like, shored, ha ha ha. Oh, I priestess. Because he got beached. He got pulled to the shore, not Jersey Shore, right? Right. And half the Italian men and Lower East Side going missing. Okay. No. Because they played with some type of technology in the water, so it dismantled their ability to like propel, move forward, and like keep their force of physics like intact, which is what their fins do. So you can play games. Look at what we're doing now. You're just playing with white people who are delusional and don't want the world knowing that they have no uterus. Because that's an instant ass whooping. Because if you don't have that, then you're doing something else. And now I see where my cousin went, right? So that's an instant ass whooping. No one goes to jail, right? And that's $4 billion that everyone saw you were going to spend $4 billion on playing in a submarine to play with Daisy because you have no pussy. because you think that you're going to glamour a Black man. I see what time it is. Right. So you don't know that people are displaying their mental illness and giving rise for other things that are even worse to happen. Right. So now we have archetypal water, and archetypal water is like where you go into like specific, like, you wouldn't call them tarot, but like tarot mansions, where each card is like a door and then you open and you can go in, but you need a specific type of like water body to activate those, or to have certain aspects of that archetype like active in those spaces. You have to go in a specific water state, a dream state. There's dream water too. I can go to a specific place on the planet and that's dream water, right? But only I can activate it because it's actually in my DMT spectrum and sequence as a water sign. That's how you play with water. Now you guys are going to find out, oh, I see these things with Katara and Aang, and I saw this with Yue in the moon. That was spell work to play with those two koi fish like that. And then say, oh, this water is now this Siwa water. And then maybe we can like get food because look, they're eating in the TV show. Oh, it's gone that far. It's gone that far. That's right. Let me go. Yeah. Yeah, I can put a tracking device on any plant that I'm like in the Akasha for. Ah! Right, I told you they were deactivated. That's not true. My high priestess just turned off that flower so they would stop tracking it and playing with people's kids. It was like a flower that they were watching, like spinning left and right. That's how they were telling if me and Leon were talking to each other. Is the flower spinning left and right? That's how they were starting shit. Good. Well, at least now you know, mate. This is a So yeah, yeah. They put like a clam and oyster inside of the hoisin sauce. Whoa, whoa. Just say that you exposed yourself and then you can survive. Just say that you shouldn't have been playing with my name and starting shit with Patrick Star and SpongeBob. Like, oh, look, they'll say that he's debilitated in his consciousness. So then this magic that he put on us during slavery, that got us banished, it won't work anymore. That didn't work. You just exposed Squidward though, because he's the one that started it, Tentacle. Are you paying attention to what you keep on seeing on TV? SpongeBob, yeah, he's a fucking karmic. He was like a psychedelic mushroom. And then, oh, I'm a sponge. Don't just say that I changed my intelligence. Not mushroom, just sponge. So then we have an archetypal water, like, oh, I'm a high priest of the jellyfish, and I can create more jellies and more octos and things like that. That's what they thought that they were going to be playing with me for. You guys were playing with sex rituals to go get that type of stuff. Oh, well, she's on the planet and they're going to say this and that. Well, look what we're doing. Look how we're ruling this and that. Oh, I didn't know I was going to get switched off my team. Boom. Now you have no money and you're stuck in a town where people want your head because you had somebody's sister kidnapped and trafficked with Drake. Oops. It's just open up on my phone too, right? So you guys know who's the usual playing games. It says right here, this just opened up on my phone. I didn't open anything else. It said Angela Simmons ordered to pay 48K in background and other housing costs. Right? And she plays with Yo Gotti. Okay, isn't that the one that had Young Dolph killed and playing with these sex rituals because they caught him on camera? Okay, so why can she pay her rent and that's her nigga? Okay, so what happened to that car that he just got her? Okay, so now did you guys know because you're playing with Daisy and people's kids? They just take one, right? Like, oh, okay. Mm, I was talking about something yesterday, Baroness. The seven more to you about Baroness. What's that? When white aliens came from Russia to play, they came to Russia to play. It's not on YouTube, but on my desktop. It was deleted from YouTube. It's right here. Gone. Okay, so now you guys know that I was talking about that last night. Did he tell you about that? Oh, that's not true. That's just some. Okay, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I shouldn't be trying to play with you when you're on your period because everyone saw this. Good. Stop getting on meth when I'm streaming and then putting your dick in your fucking daughter and playing like that. Good, because everyone knows what you're doing. There's a camera in your house. So good. So then I just opened up to this page. What does it say right here? It says Black's Law Dictionary. I was talking about this Black Codes in Mississippi. Black's Law Dictionary and a few other things that were just like putting like magic on to break like all their like chemical servers that they were using and tracking different aliens and groups of people. So it's right here, 1990 Baroness. Ooh. So am I divinating or not? I feel like there's something else in here. I said, this is gonna help me today. I'm sorry. It's like I'm wear and tear on this. Let's see. I have like 6 of these. Again, I just scribed and wrote down notes and studied. Okay, I see. I understand. Okay, Gregazan Ram, you want me to make this death speech? Zwei. Okay. Whoa, that's deep, right? I didn't play with anyone's kids. I didn't start any shit. I didn't play with Martha. I didn't do any of that. You guys are playing with Martha and she has to end with the police and this and that. Look how her life is suffering though, to play like that. You guys haven't seen. And you're playing with that bitch and hey. Oh, this is a master speech for those with multiple bodies. Perfect. I'm gonna put on those holes that are in that Siwa. So you guys go on that oasis, and that's not even water, it's saline solution. Right. And they like treat it and do stuff and like stuff like that. And they try to put somebody down there and he like came out screaming. And I don't think he's around on the planet anymore. They're like hiding him because he may be like off or something. It's like when people smoke like bad heroin from a specific type of, it's like they don't have good hashish there because it's not terrible. So, oh, I just had to tell somebody that in Afghanistan. So now, right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And that's, you have no coding, you have no language, you have no sciences, you have nothing. You have sex rituals. I'm playing with your daughter, and I know why you came to the planet, talking to her like that. Master speech for divination. Okay, let me go ahead and like just turn this back on. There's divinating, and then there's just like a natural state of like being annoying. A lot of the times I wasn't just divinating, I didn't turn it on, I turned it off because I figured, why are you playing on my divination channels? Let me just turn this substance off. Oh, right. So you thought a white bitch that with no uterus is gonna play with me like that? You guys have to stop like playing like that because you were getting people fired and hit. You can dish it out and not handle it and still have to eat it and have it. Ooh. So substance of space, subspace that creates DNA forms and shapes as databases. Okay, this is one of the things I'm going to talk about. This is my Patreon like monthly like session for this month, right? So you guys remember how they played with our Patreon and stuff like that? That's so important. Could be like, you see, if it was so this and that, why am I? What does you playing with Daisy's Patreon and stealing her content have to do with like you being a rapist and you playing with her like that? Oh, right. Because you're still not answering why this is still on. But there's a bunch of people getting DNA tests and they know why. Okay, great. Let me go ahead and handle this real quick. So, now stop getting on meth. So you can like, yeah, now I can like withstand it. Just stop getting on meth and playing with people. And I promise you your life will get better. Stop talking to me, bitch. And I promise your life will get better. Stop starting shit. And I promise my optimism will stop beating you up. Just stop playing with me, Gavin Newsom, and I promise you won't get phone calls back to back about certain meetings that you missed about you really getting hit the fuck up and something like going down in the United States because of you. Oh, I didn't know that was happening. Okay, I can make sure I can stay away from her. You don't have to tell me that twice. They have to tell you that at least 3 times a day. Good. He has to sign a paper. I will agree to leave Miss Olsen alone. I did not get into an agreement to stalk and harass her because I wanted to be a Seminole and become the king of California. Which is what he's doing this now. See, well, it's a process though. So first you finish the A because you went with another man, right? The A is what we're talking about with the dendrochrome. Then you go to the Z, which is she was talking about. You see this in her book? It's called zRNA. And that's when you start going into the animal and aquatic form. So I have to have sex with an animal now? Okay. And then you get into F, which is when you get with the master father, and then you will meet Daisy and Leon, and then you will get your spiritual powers. And then you go to Siwa and then sit in that water. And then you get a new body. And then and that's how you become spiritual. And now I can code. And now my company is going to be like this and that. Okay. What does sticking or digging people's kids have to do in between? And what does me and Leon and our energy and our sex between me and him have to do with you? Because the feds are watching this. There's also a time loop, again, for some of you guys that were like abused by these people. So like, it's not really like about the ritual itself. It's about like trying to tie to your energy and then playing games with the fact that you ate certain food on the planet in a time loop. And like, oh, the time loop will then drive the magic. Well, that's done. We shut that down with the nutrition. So what now? So what is the force? Where's the light ward that's driving that process? Oh, okay. Well, and she said this because so we're actually bringing ourselves to destruction and a demon that's looking for us. Good. Good. So there's basically like the space where you could anchor like DNAs and things like that. Or like this is like basically a space where you can access different type of water. Like it's like a free space. It wouldn't actually be like wet water. It'll be like out in space and like, oh, look at it says I can grow these type of foods. Okay, this one says Pyorazwai. I can actually invoke these physics and well, I have fins or colors. I go for like a race fish. I or from a Saloma to a race or a race to a Betsaloma. Right. Or I can go, this is not, I can go from one type of grouper to another, right? Or I can go from like the moon jelly to a Pacific nettle, this type of water, right? So with that is you guys are going to be sealing all those functions like, oh, I didn't know I had that type of jellyfish. Are they playing with my DNA? They are. Okay, let me seal that and then let me upgrade your jellyfish, your DNA, Miss Jellyfish. I'm learning you. I speak Spanish. What are you? I can speak that too. I was there too. That's how some of them talk. I know her too, right? That's her jellyfish. So you're gonna go ahead and move her to a different water where she can like function better because they tainted a lot of the waters. That's okay. Or just put an environment around her where she is. And then what you're gonna go ahead and do is in her database, you could say, if you go from this planet to this planet, because they go hang out with their friends, they go harvesting, picking plants, stuff like that. Jellyfish have their own life too. My big aquatic life, they have families, mates, all of that. Jellyfish have mates too. That's why what they did on the planet with the zoo and aquarium is disastrous. And it's a drama. The planet, like, we're not even the same universal subset. How did you get in this tank? What do you mean I'm on planet Earth? Okay, let me go call my hair off. Beef. That's how a lot of these bitches been getting shot in their head in the hood. Whoops. So now, woo. So then what ended up happening here is you're going to put in that database, you go here, here, here. You're going to have this type of environment, this type of water, this type of water. So you can like not get hit up when you go there by the environment. You're like protected. So then it doesn't trickle down to me on planet Earth and I'm dealing with something like talking in my ear. There's from trillions of universes away because they open up a portal that they don't know how to close, playing with people's kids. Good. They don't know how to turn it off because they're playing with people's kids. That's the thing that you guys have to find out too. The technology, they don't know. There's like 3 people that have to get killed and they're all white because they were playing with that fish sexually. One of them was Chris Ray. Molly Harris is not one of them. She's done. Joe Biden is not one of them. It's like one of them is Sally Zinman. And then it's Sally Zinman and some other white woman that she's a clone of, and one other white bitch that works at the FBI. She used to also work at Palantir. She also works in the UK, like some like weird blonde bitch, like 4 clones, I think. Oh, this is a great movie. Oh, I didn't know it can end like with gunfire. Oh yeah, well, oh, I wouldn't expect them to play with us and like that. Oh no, we're not looking for gifts and uteruses. Oh, ooh, right. So then what you're going to go ahead and do is you're going to program that space to like, oh, where you can like play with different waters. Like, oh, let me put child locks on here. Because you remember my jellyfish Z guy on my desktop, she was like, oh, what's breast? And then she went to go play with every substance like, oh, I want to try this. What if it's this color? What if it lights up? What if when you say my name, it starts to sing? So they're playing with different substances, just different type of water. Did she molest anybody? I don't think so. Did she start hella shit with people's name and lie on them and start hella stuff with their students? I don't think so. Did she play hella games with everyone's fucking farm and start a war in Vietnam playing with Ian's name? That I didn't do. Did she start hella fucking chaos playing with everyone's kids and threatening my family like with molestation of their children because of what's going on right now in Nigeria? That I did not do. I did not engage in that. So now you see move, right? Because for the last 40, 50, 60 years, your family started Nicaragua War, Aguachiles, playing in Nigeria, Biafra, Viet Cong, Tamer. You're starting too much shit. Generation starting too much shit and that bump on it nonsense and this dancehall fucker where people are like breaking their body because they're on drugs. City of God. Oh, I forgot. Oh, people saw that about Brazil. Just Brazil itself is a problem. Yeah, Brazil would have to not be on the planet for the past like 3,000 years for you to get any of this. Oops. Yeah, that makes sense. And maybe we shouldn't have been doing that to the black. It's now looking at them like there's something wrong with us. They all have color. It's just us. We don't have it. Yeah. So now, right, I can go ahead and get like a water DNA. And I love this part the most. Right. Oh, speaking of, baby daddy, guys on it. Yeah, I was a Leonid. You know, I have my vibe that is here. This is just yours. Yeah, hindi ko na isa iguais yeah. Tulfiya ka na and bugas na oh week yeah. In the kasha same giga and now it's activated. That's not gonna happen. Thank you. And Kufai said was involved in that, like, oh, look at my dad's spirals. Yeah, because that's what these kids were doing. Oh, look at my mom. She has this Akasha. Look at my dad. He has this air intelligence. Why can't I bad as fuck? Yo, guys, and a new death system. Why? How are you getting these things? Just minding my business and bitches playing with me in my ear. Maybe you should stay away from me though. And look, hey. Yeah, look at this one. I have to talk to Brazil right here. And it says Brazil right here at the top. And it says gold panda. But there is something about a golden panda that was brought down here and then she was molested. So she cursed the planet too. You're going to have to clean all that up if you want any of that. So you're trying to play with me and you don't know that it's these aquatic beings and these different priestesses. I read about your story and I just shared a document about like free legal help. I didn't know your family got asylum and now you guys are doing better and you helped me in space. It's like little things like that. That's why I got all these Akasha. How did you get that hashish? Because when I was young, I was friends with a specific Afghan family and I tutored their son for like cheap. And they were a really good family and I watched out for them. So because people knew I was around, I didn't start hella shit with them and stalk and harass them. So in space, the mother gave me an Akasha. One of the aunties gave me an Akasha, one of the BB Johns, because I read her story in Kite Runner. And I exposed something about Omaid's mom playing games with those Russians. That's how I got hashish. Why are you starting things? So now that was extreme. Yeah, that's all you have to do. Just be a good person and like not starting unnecessary fuckery. ANI Zodiac Chaos. Can you compute these functions? What is this saying in that? No. And you're playing with Shantae talking about she's gonna go out and be the master Irklankla. Do you know what an Irklankla is? And she was so excited about it. An Irklankla is someone that will never take on a proper performance of God. Right. After talking about BB John has she's make on them. Look, yeah, with the bunnies, the penny, it's the rabbits that gave it to me too. It's them that run it. So if they give it to the BB Johns, like, oh, she helped me across the desert a long time ago. It's like this stupid thing with Islam. They said that the rabbits were causing too much drama and it was haram. So like we all went to the desert. I don't know why, but they saved us. Oh, thank you. So portals of Napier origin are destroyed in an instant in a second. Okay, good. This is Octagon with the one. I just opened up to like a speech. Right. So you see this speech and how I scribe this, right? Did I play with anybody? No. There's other people doing this too, and they don't get any drama. So I think it's safe to say that you're a drama. Oh, where did you see all this stuff? Adventure Aquarium in Philly. Yeah, I went to every single aquarium in the hood, and that's how everyone got killed because everyone found out, like, oh, so you're on the planet playing. Right. So now there's Yeah. Did I create unnecessary and delusional warfare? Did I create separation between mates unnecessarily? Did I create delays and chaos unnecessarily? Did I steal and plagiarize from another priestess? Did I forego my works as the priestess? No, I'm supposed to scribe this and bring this down. Oh, look at, oh, I just opened this up and it says the speech of master substances. Thank you for divinity, Daisy. Like I said, I appreciate you being my wife. Thank you for respecting yourself. Yeah. So 18. Okay. And then look, it says like 18 Akasha right here. So I'm thinking, like I was just writing stuff down. Like I would wake up in the middle of the night, like, or like one of the things that you guys are like so obsessed with, like, yeah, but just wait, because the thing that we have to do here is just wait for them to have sex. They don't do that because we're watching da 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 da. As a grown-ass man, why would you open your mouth and say that, oh, I'm trying to watch my coworker have sex with some bitch that I'm stalking, harassing with another bitch that has no pussy, right? Like pay attention to like what you're putting together, the intelligence, and why you don't have another one. So then, right, like I said, let's go all the way below zero, right? That's invisible water, right? So let's start playing with that. You need an Akasha for that. Because they wanted to, oh, I can hide this and hide that with this invisibility spell. Oh, it's just like water from there. Like Yoni, it's like first, like. So like when you're with your mate, like you should be setting up like, okay, you have your psychedelics in your notebook and your pen. Maybe you can even have like you type it out on your phone. For those of you guys, like depends on what's faster, right? And then you're supposed to be like taking down notes and stuff like that. It's not for like me. Mission desire. It's not really about that. It's about like go study. Yeah, now I'm gonna start a thing too. You guys didn't know this, and this I'm gonna amp hella magic in front of you. This I'm gonna amp this magic in front of you, and you're gonna see it. So you guys know I'm writing chem. Let me see if I can show you like a. Oh, here we go. This is what we're talking about with like we're talking about water DNA. You have to be able to scribe these. Yeah, and these are two different intelligences. And then some of these, like when you draw them out, they're as big as the page, just one letter, right? And it's like this, this is a death intelligence. So I want you guys to do something, get a notebook or get a piece of paper on a hardback book that you don't care about. And just like get that pen, tie the pen to her head and just like do it like just like this. And this is where you get like the way that this translates into music. It's like when they're going bad on the piano and it's like, whoa, right? T Grizzly has one of these in his song, like Beef, and there's a few like Japanese instruments. What's that song? Girl, don't think for that bag. It's nothing. He don't buy bags. Who he fooling? That nigga's bag little. He ain't trying to blow through it. Like there's like an instrument in there. It's also a type of Moroccan instrument, and they play it in like Nigerian music, right? And it makes these type of like. This is a type of intelligence. Like if you put this in the technology for music, this is what you're gonna get. Like, oh, it'll make the beat for you. Okay, let's go do that. Let's go do that shy show or that drive by. That type of intelligence, right? And like I said, smack BB the general. I'm done playing with him. Good. So, right after we did that, okay, Daisy, you want to go to war? Let's go to war. So, oh, ceremonial brews and psychedelic candies. Yeah, listen to Chio Feliciano because I'm not doing it. Remember I talked about this ceremonial brews and psychedelic stuff. I've been wrote these down. So whoever's playing, that's done. I've been wrote this down so that you guys can have this and people can know like, oh, Daisy has it. So that's fine. Look at, I said the energy, the speech of energy and sex magic. See, and I was just talking about that. Like you're not to play like that, and you're starting hella shit. And there's something in here. It's that well, this speech has been upgraded, so you can have this form, and then like, oh, this works like this in this dimension. This works like that in that dimension. So when you play with AZF here, you're getting curses and drama. You play with AZF anywhere, you're getting curses and drama because that reality scape is smacked out anywhere. What the fuck are you talking about playing with the high priest like that? Because you play with Diego, so a portal opened and somebody saw that, and Agrodeuce, I came out. You play with us as our son. You try to play games with me. You try to play with Leon, so Agrodeuce, I came out. Good. So there's this one that's like more. So instead of seeing just one, you see like 20 of these just on one end. The spiral is like bigger. Sometimes there's like 10 in the middle, right? So that's like ZI grass line with the 28. It's like a shape. So you guys have seen that this is like it's like they get like, oh, do you have speech? Like, oh, or like, oh, I know I'm gonna get banished one day, so let me put all this magic in my hand, or save all this magic from other people from like wars. Like, oh, there's like a plant war on the planet because they robbed this farm. Here's this insured space, and then everyone can use it to like work. And that's how they started Hell Civil Wars, just so they can have like a little magic war. And your hand is protected, so they always see it in the Akasha. So wow, so you really get locked up, period, when you play like that in space. When you lose your melanin, it's forever. So that's why these bitches are on the planet playing when that's done. Because you know the type of whippings and punishments that you're gonna get. Thank you for showing people handmade still. You did the homework. So then I'm gonna go ahead and use one. And it says right here, August DI 28. This one is saying I need a new water to like play in that dimension, approve. It's like a DNA I have to take on 4 types. I have to create a junction, like bring that down. I have to drink like water, fire water, then this Jitty juice with the red wine, and then water that spell like that and do that. And then that's just more than enough. So then when you're gonna go ahead and that down, you can divinate. This water I drink for, and I've done this before, so let me just hinge it to that like database in the past. Okay, good. So then I don't have to like do a drinking of water, even though I will, but just for now, so I can like activate this. Okay, it's here 28 with the 6, and it says, in an instant, a portal opens and it brings forth the commissar that is stable in its reactions, that has 28 sides. Oh, you have commissars in geometric form, that means that you're gonna get hit. If the work has gone that far where commissars are now organized in geometric form, because commissars are free form, they're not supposed to be able to be held like that or like take on those forms. That means like it's organized fuckery. Okay, in an instant, a portal opens and forms, and it comes out with 28 sides comes out. Out of the first side comes out a head of the people that they harmed to tell on them. Out of the second head is a form of exposure to confirm the first level of exposure, which is like in their behavior, how their family rocks or what they do or do not have. And the third level is an enforcer that watches the first 2 and calls 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other enforcers for 3 different types of punishments, 2 different types of torture tumors being created, and 6 different realityscapes being formed. You see, that's how you play with spell work. So then, oh, you guys are doing all this in space and playing with this plant and that flower, and she's doing too much, and just play with speech. So, and this one, it means like you have no speech. So they go play with the flower, like, oh, I do, but I don't like you, but I don't know you. Okay, but you look like my baby, my daughter. So you played with her face in space 3,000 years ago, knowing that you were going to start this war so you can go get herbs to play. Okay, good. And that's how they play. They just set up shit so they can like have something to do. Because, well, you have no melanin, you have nothing to do. Why go to the Duai? Stop making clones. They just feel like they need to be here just in case they miss something. The chemistry speech. And this is like to stop all this chemical warfare with AZF. It's like specifically for so you see this one, right? It will be like this, but this will be on here like 10 times. So it will be like 10 of these each. One of them would have 10 and then 10 coming out. And then this speech is very like complex, right? When you're like scribing it down, there is no spell word that's going to get you to like be able to bring this down. Oh, you put this together? No, you can just draw garbage and nothing will happen, right? So you need a specific type of like water function that doesn't come from sticking your dick in a man's ass and starting a bunch of bullshit. So then the chemistry speech, and this is going to be for queer men who didn't know that you were sleeping with other men that were doing this AZF nonsense, women that didn't know, and then other men that were sleeping with women that were playing with those niggas that were doing AZF. So that's to upgrade this as well. And my octopus just wanted to show me I have a certain flower. I heard about this ratchet ass flower. She plays with the environments, but she does something else that's like really cool with astrology. She can like program planets and stuff. How does a flower do that? So she can like program planets like, oh, you can have this type of intelligence and this and this and this and this and that. She's a daisy. Oh, well, we just thought that it can break then because you weren't giving it to us. We'll stop like kidnapping people's kids and killing them. This is blasting across the office and everyone knows now why everyone's kids are going missing. So now the chemistry speech, I can do this like, oh, my nail polish will last really long, but I can just talk to my octopus and she can just change like your formula. She's been dying to work with you, but like, you know, until this ends, you know, like she's been dying. So that's the type of war that they caused. Oh, I didn't know that was going on in space. A lot of you guys had no idea what was going on in space because they were hiding it. Oh, but you have like meetings with some demon from space and he's not telling you. So why now has this nigga run off and now he's saying that Uma's not his mate, that he has another mate? So what type of drama are you guys doing in space with these people? Why are you destabilizing them like that, right? So I thought you were supposed to be stable. Oh, I don't know. I thought I was going to take over your body because I wanted to eat. Yeah, just don't start that. So then what ended up happening here was, oh, these functions now, let's upgrade. High Priestess, I don't want people to see you. She's pretty. She's not on the planet though. She's okay. Like she has to like come and like sit. So black and brown women have a flower in their pussy that can play in the computer. I can see that. Because why are you always, you're too obsessed. And a white man that's also a air that's in his mom and his sister is thinking that that flower is supposed to be playing with him because he's a crackhead. I don't want to play with this master system speech because that's the system. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust my system. I'm going to upgrade the speech. Ooh, because that means if it's going higher, like, but why are they doing so much in the intelligences though? That means that the war is like gone too far. So they're just now seeing this. And what are you doing where it's squared to 88 and then you're squaring that to 888 and you're squaring that to 888? Oh, you've been known about this. I've been known how to make common sense in math. That's why I just said 888 because at least I can make clean common sense. I don't like messy ones. We still have an option. You can get this child because I'm jealous of the mother and then you'll be able to molest this child and do space travel. Okay. It's just Ice Spice using a voice changer and I was pretending to be some bitch from space the whole time. We shouldn't have been doing that with these people. So Inca, this is Inca with the INQQQQQA, right? What do you mean? Yeah. Why am I in this form? That's Inca with the INQQQWUA, Yiqua. Right. There's different type of Incas. Let's talk about your federation. Right. Why are you mad about Yani? They've given you your own name. You have your own federation. You even have your own cola. You have a speech. Right. After starting wars in Trujillo and playing with Agua Chiles and starting every fucking game under the sun with the high priest. So now I don't want to talk about anything but just rectifying things. So I'm going to use that speech. Yeah, she's still like coming down here loading because I have to create like junctions and we have to bring 4 different like zodiacs here. And then we need an anchor for this zodiac. So we can like use a universal flower that's gonna like anchor, oh, thank God, high priestess, instead of like, oh, this intelligence and that and one to activate the planet, it's like a flower. She's like, oh, I can do that. Otherwise, like, oh, what you have to do is like go to like a specific akasha of intelligence. It's like, oh, can I put this intelligence on the planet and it will create this type of like chemical or like environment? Yeah, you can. Your planet has done good. Oh no, your planet is banished. You can't even grow food, right? Or let's say you're a zodiac in your own, like, oh, I can just use my personal planets and I have this like placement of Virgo, but it's in ZEII. So I have like the original Virgo and people don't even know that, how to read that in zodiac. Ooh, so you don't know that I can open your chart until that you're from space or that you were switched at birth. So, because my chart is not like my family's. So now, and this is where line rights and nonsense is going to, because our placement or in a specific place, 3 places: Saturn, Venus, or your moon. So now we want to actually, right? Still talking about water magic and all this ACF nonsense that you guys were fucking involving yourself in. That makes absolutely no sense anywhere possible. Even that calculator makes more sense. Some nigga went to go get up and put somebody's birthday and it said, look, 37 has come out. That's how I know. That's how you know. I'm gonna activate that magic. What you got out, he got it was a decimal 3.0. Take a picture of that and just save it. This is saying like I'm invoking a portal function where to bring down like the Empress down, and she's gonna fractalize you and put you in a specific space where you're constantly dealing with like hood niggas with like low hoods, like no, but you can. And Chariots, like, why are you driving that fast towards me? Whoa. Court cases out of this world. Why are they calling me for court though? Whoa, whoa. Well, let's keep on going. In order to play like that, you need one of these ascended masters scriptures. Right, like, oh, I didn't know you needed a certain level of need. I just thought that eat or like you work something and then you get it. No, it just means like, oh, my mom and dad, like they made it and then I came down here because I'm from this family. Also, let's now go stick my dick in my daughter and then she'll get pregnant and then look, I'll have an aquatic form. Okay, good. That's your clunkless idea. So you're back to square one. So now, right, let's see. We're bringing down all the junctions. I'm going to use this flower. Thank you, High Priestess. I know you're special and you're beautiful and powerful. I know that there's a lot of love here, more me, and that's my mom. Yeah, yeah. So now, right, we're just going to use like this flower and program like these different plugins that we doesn't matter how big they are, they're just going to do their job because they have like some automated like intelligence on them that I put there. Like you just expand as you need to, which is now on the planet. So you're going to see like 3 big land masses pop up, and only the cartel can find them and be there. And well, there you go. It's up to you. So now the planet got contracted and small and shit like that because they're playing no such thing as Pangea. They were starting shit. That's a whole. Let me get you. Well, choose what you want to do with that game with them. So they starve, they put spells on themselves rather than like eat other aquatic beings. That's why they can coexist at the aquarium. Oh, because they don't eat like meat. Like, oh, that's so everything is stolen. I bought it. She was deepening. She was so low. It was just so much love. She's, she's so let's see if I can read it better. Hey, look. And I just opened up to this uh, uh page and it says April 23rd. Oh, this is the sixth battle of the Civil War, Brixton Blues. And they'll be trapped in an alternate reality. Clip and clap them out, Maddie, where they are constantly an enemy in a hostile and horrible space. Well, that river theme sounds like Yi-Qwa. And then it says right here, yeah, because I wrote down like every like day of the war that it was going. So day 6, April, like it's like battle number 6. Okay, yeah. So then, because what happened in Brixton, and then it's right here, planetary work. After just talking about the planets, and it says, well, it's her notebook. So I told you, like, she was just gonna manifest that. Look, it says right here, physics to keep planet growth bond bind factor of death, chaos, and speech effects to their like growth factor. It's like for specific planets that we're killing off. So they don't know that I did that a long time ago. Like, oh, your planets will just die and you'll go to the UI. In space, there's like a specific planet, it's like for punishment, like the planet of the facts. You get sent to a place that's all white women, and they constantly keep getting pregnant. So they eat their babies, they have food, but there's no like stove. I give them a stove though, because it was causing too much drama. Yeah, they need 2 more like different places. It's like not appropriate warfare to like put them there and then they don't have appropriate tools. Yeah, Castle got like a Cuisinart, like a pot set because he's there with those white women. So yeah, they have pots and pans, and it's at least it's good metal. So like she's like, oh, if I'm gonna be used like this, well. So now, oh, unraveling flower petals. Yeah, we're just talking about this right here. Unraveling flower petals, right? Because that's like one of the things that's got pulled up online. The 3 flower manifesto, how to break a flower, lie and say she did this, lie and say she did that, and start a bunch of shit. But a requirement for that is for you not to be sticking your dick in people's kids, starting shit. So now this is like one of the things that I've been breaking down, like for like zodiacal like stuff for like pharmacy, like okay, if I have this planet here and I aspect and conjunct and do this and this and that, like what do I need to place here to get like this type of spiral function out? To like get this type of trimethyl, dimethyl, stuff like that. These are stuff that I was like scribing down like a year ago, like last year, earlier this year for like what we were supposed to be doing. March 27th, 2023, the second battle of the Civil War, the Serpent's Name. Isn't that the day that they were supposed to sign off on my I didn't know. Yeah, this is the day that they signed up on my judgment. Oh, here's her judgment. March 27th. I didn't know. So I was just like writing stuff down, like, okay, I persist. And yeah, and then after talks about adendochrome, but you told me about this adendochrome. Adendochrome is like, it's like not like it's not adendochrome, because that word is Aztec. It's adendochrome. There's swinochrome. There's swinochrome. There's adendochrome. There's ruralanochrom. So swinochrome is like for guacatazi. There's one for like just aquatic beings, and if you have an aquatic form, that's not adendochrome. That's aduzwanaranochrom. Right? It creates adendochrome. So if you want to play with adendochrome, it's like thousands of them though. Like you drop them down, you get to just talk to Yani, like, oh, you put this and that together, you get this type of adendochrome. You don't need to molest people's kids to get to adendochrome. Adendochrome that we can use on a new drug game that I'm not going to put online is theanine, L-theanine, and then GABA. Yeah, L-theanine is air, electricity. GABA is electricity, earth, and air. Electricity, earth, and air. Or it can go earth, electricity, air, which is even more ratchet. That's where you get those red pills. I used to beat the fuck out of people on those. I was a top hitter in Oakland, right? And you get those. That's when you get those at GABA. They have no idea. Those are just like supplements, right? So you can use those and cut that with your weight and stuff like that, and like really be like the top hitter in the cartel. It's up to you. So, another thing that I'm gonna activate on you is like, you see how I'm writing like the languages, Zuligwazia? There's ways that you can like capitalize, like, oh, you put this symbol under that and it goes here. Oh, here it goes right here. Just open up to this page. But how is it that she put these products on there with Leon though? And that's weird that his birthday came up. And how does she know all this? And what are you talking about? Well, it's not out of usual. You know, she's playing with a certain technology. She doesn't have this though. Well, let's just say this. Given that you think that this space stuff is real, it's not. It's just a figment of her imagination. She created Leon in that space. So things are going to come out of that space. And but how did that happen? Because that's his birthday though. And because we almost got arrested. 3 people got killed for that. Oh, well, she's just manifesting things so she can manifest. And that means that she can manifest our end. Well, not necessarily. Well, that's Seven Bowmar, like basically promoting more gay sex rituals. And Robin putting her sons in them, those kids. So, and then you can do, it's, there is total destruction for attempting to utilize invisibility on me in the visibility speech. How are you like doing that? You like scribe it out like, oh, or you just like go to like the database and like, oh, I'm gonna play with this, or it's just like intentional. Like, oh, just give me the strongest magic anywhere where I can play and like start shit, and you don't have to write it down or nothing. You can just all then put it that onto the candle because the wax exists somewhere else, and so does the spiral in the glass. And you guys play too much. Yeah, but why would we do that? That sounds like hella out of control and extreme and like really detailed and really like neurotic and really out of control. Just like switching people's kids at birth with duffel bags. Oh, you're leaving already? Oh, okay. You just came. That's okay though. Oh, she left already, but that's okay. Just want to be alone with the kids. So then you can also capitalize or you could capitalize, put spirals. This is digital reality, right? You need an octopus for this type of stuff. Like, oh, So I can go ahead and every single spot that I've already written, I'm gonna put a line. It's 1, 2, 3, and this is where you get cuadros, where you see these certain things on like Mayan. Like, let me show you the Mayan calendar, just like for an example. This is like hella like inaccurate. You guys need to stop playing with that pachachua, baby. This is how they like trying to keep up the a chemical server. Like, this is Yanni. This is Yanni right here, though, by the way. Whoa, this is the bitch that first started illegal reproduction. I just came here the second fucking, I got pregnant. So, this baby's always tied to me. I can't cut the umbilical cord. What the fuck? Can I get a scissors? You are blocked from the steel intelligence. It smells. I can't eat this in no such zone. You're blocked from the herbal. That's Yanni. This is Yanni. Yeah, this is Yanni. This is Queen Yanni. Yeah, and Yi is not here because he has blocked his image from the internet, period. But Yanni just wanted to show people, bitch, I'm gonna get sick with you. You already know what it is. This is the original Pachachua. When they went to go play with Yanni with Spy Magic and said, now Yanni will be on the planet in 2002 in Oakland. Why would you try to bring me for that war? Yeah, don't start anything that we can't like explain or lie about. Right, so motherfuckers are looking for the new zodiac chart. It's actually not. Like, for the new chemistry, like, how do you organize this? This is all quadroing. You play with ZAI. This is saying you want to play and you want to clone yourself out of the first Dui. You're going to get this and double the Ui. You want to get another clone, but this time an aquatic body. You're going to get triple Ui. You're going to get this, this, and that. You want to go play with clone and go into platform and playing with food on the planet. You're going to get Z, Z, and Y. You want to play with illegal reproduction and say, I will now come down as a child in the octopus. You're getting Duane Ziggy guy and Duana as Y and bind it, period. No opportunity to clean up. This is where all these holes are, in Duai. 7 Bummer, he's in this site, but there's like 4 more wheels around it. So they know who they chose to come to the planet to play games like that. And that's a good thing, because now he's going to like, that's not, none of this is like true, or none of this is accurate. How do you know? Because I've read into this. Nothing that you say is accurate. It's the Zodiac. It's chemicals. The Zodiac is not accurate. Okay, I thought I was going to make a few dollars from all the entertainers, so I haven't gotten paid from giving like free knowledge. You just told us to have sex with each other. We got kicked off our team. I'm done. Thank you, Daisy. So let me take the Ziggy guy, and I'm going to really amp it. I'm going to amp it, amp and just amp and put more pressure. So cool. That's what we say, more pressure. That's it, like, yeah, look at his little teeth. Yeah, he's so cute. Baby, baby, mommy, and more baby. Love it. Yeah, he wants to come to the planet. Yeah. So can't see. How do I say this? Now, we're going to play with Kemet, right? So let's say, for instance, like, I open up, let me open this up because I have something like right here. I have like all my notes and da 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 da. All right, so let's say we do Ziggy guy, yeah. Jai, Japaya. That's not. So we do Ziggy Guazi, right? Chem or Quadro. Then I can go and say underneath this one is going to be like this. Do why I can just do all of them all at once by just saying like this. So instead of that, I just go do and I say 888 and then say die Sweeney Zagi Guanane inside of Buya Kwai and that's going to be to D Gizi Guai. And that's why I get all of this under one letter. So now what I'm going to go do. Oh, give me 1 second. One second. It's like sticking your dick in fish and other animals, like think you spoiled your powers off, but it got you defunded by Karen Trouble. Right, the director of Alameda County Behavioral Health Services. Good. Yeah, you're calling on your master father, the ape, right? And their DNA, he's sitting right there, right? Having sex with their kids. Right. So then I'm gonna go say that, and then I'm gonna put that under every single spell that I've written out. Now, every single speech, I can convert that into like a language. Now, what type of language though? And this is what I'm gonna talk about. Why is it that only your language is activated? Because we're raping people's kids and starting hella shit with the Cushites, Assyrians, or the Hittites. Okay. Your Baza language that they brought down from space and like cursed people with. All of a sudden, we're speaking this language. Okay. Okay. All right. Why is it that only Igbo's activated? We didn't say that. Cameroonians have their own language. They just don't talk. Kalabag too. Because Igbo is not just Igbo. It's Edo, Akwa Ibom, and Igbo. Right. Why are you so mad that you started hella fucking civil wars, bitch, and you don't have anything? So, right. And you started hella shit with me the last 2 years. So people didn't even need to see all that. I saw this with Daisy. That's why I know that you're not serious at all. Right. So now you're mad that everyone knows that you were sticking your dick in another man's ass to play with fucking magic and starting hella shit with everyone's fucking kids. You can turn this the fuck off. So then, ooh, system for reversal energy work. It's an octopus for that. And then a system for converting speech into like any hyperdimensional language. I have one. It's called ear slayer. It's like how to move like water and air and electricity around like properly. It's like ear slayer. And then that's my language. And then I have like chem slayer. And it's like for like forces of physics for like bacteria and like chemicals and stuff like that. Like, oh, you know, you have this beauty product, right? Like I'm gonna put this on here and then you get this like in your beauty product and it evokes like this type of force of physics. So then you put this on your beauty product and it just like puts on your face and like you can tell like, oh, I know what you need based on these different chemicals that are in my combination. You need more of this, more of that, more of that. And it adjusts and moves opinion like naturally, right? That's chem slayer. So you thought I was gonna be sitting here with white people playing. Do you know every time I do this, several thousands of people get hit? We're at 11,000 white women fired over the weekend. Good. So let's keep on going. And again, original octopus programming, right? Somebody said, I understand exactly what you said. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, and that's how they're playing, but that's how I own money for that. Like, you have to print money on? Oh, and then you're going around kidnapping these black and brown kids and then feeding them paper and shit like that, mom. But you only have cost you for money. Thank you, baby. I got a new job. I got like 5K a month, but where are you though? It's okay, mom. I'll be around. Ooh. It's like you get this orange spice tea and then you steep it 2 bags. You have to because it's a portal function with 2 bags, right? And that's also volume and amount. So when you guys are in the lab making these new drug games, I gave you these recipes. Now you have 11 instead of 9, right? You guys have to also make sure that your ratios are proper. So are you sure it's 1 ounce this, 1 ounce that? Why is it so exact? Because then that's how you make sure that you get that's how you make sure you can get high. Because I had these pills one time and he put a little bit more of this than that. I watched and I could get this high, but I couldn't get like that. Now you see, like, I'm in the lab, I'm studying, and you can get all these tools from the dollar store and then just seal it so that you can seal the plastic. So you know, like tools. So when I started doing all my hash stuff, you guys saw me, oh, only glass, not this type of plastic. She only uses this, these type of cheesecloths. Like it's very specific, but I was able to find everything for cheap. It's up to you, right? So, oh, and look, 7 chemicals, because someone just I found all these chemicals, or 7 chemicals, right? Like gay sex chemicals. And what we're talking about, we're not talking about like men who are like chosen to be like in the quasarana or like a specific course of physics where like I'm fluid in my energy state, like I'm in my sexual state, right? Like meaning, but that's like, oh, meaning like, oh, the way that translates in space is like, oh, I want to go freeform tonight. Oh, you're kinky, right? Like, oh, I want to go aquatic. Oh, you want to play with your water body? Like, oh, you must try to usurp me. How do you know I have a new flower? Like stuff like that. But the way on planet Earth, because they play with chemical servers, it's like, oh, I'm just attracted to the opposite sex, or I'm bisexual. It's really nothing. It's like, oh, he has a wood and there's a flower here. That's why sometimes you see these relationships. They say, oh, he's a twink, or he's this and he's that. Like, oh, he's a top and he's a bottom. Like, it's just basically that. Like, who has the wood, who has the flower, or who has the wood inverted and the flowers like mixed with the wood, which is just like some good Narciso Rodriguez perfume. Like, I like the musk. Or who has the flower and then the wood is like being moved over here, but inverted to like make the flower more in her wood intelligence. This is where you get stuff like Victor Rolf Flower Bomb, like the latest one, where it's like feminine, but with a good musk, it can be a good cologne. So water magic, right? And they thought they were going to be playing with my work and my platform, talking about intergenerational rituals, upload the rape that you did and the murder that you did of people's kids. That's what they were stacking up bodies of people's children like that. You're so fucking stupid trying that bullshit, bitch. So anyways, right. Okay. Right. I just want you to sink into that. Never in your fucking life will you ever play with me, bitch. You started all this shit. Do you know that any of this in a court in front of anybody that's like not trying to get killed? Oops. So when you did that bullshit with Michelle Court and everyone's watching this, everyone used to go bad on you. And that's how Crazy Bone got hit. Thank you. Fucking nonsense. And playing with people's families like that and starting shit. Rishi doesn't make a hash, it's for poison. Okay. I'm gonna follow up on this again. We said 113 million people in like 3 months. We did that. We're into now, the next one was like 687 million. It was after that, right? So we're into that. We're like 2 million deep. That 687 million is going to be easy. That's like a plague, and then this is getting put on TV, and that's the last of it. There's not 8 billion people on the planet. It's about like 6. Like it's like it's 5.8. And that's okay, because you'll be able to like quantify that in like a specific type of zodiac or some other type of live scanner that NASA's like spending all the money, government's like money on to like track intelligences. And oh, I know that the great father is coming, and oops, I wanted to me. I didn't like know that this was all gonna like, go down. Okay, well, he's dead in space. You guys keep on playing because you're gonna be looking for some magic and you don't have it. Right? 387 raids, we're done with all of that. We're on like the next level of the 200. So I'm gonna check in with this again, but like water works, right? So, okay, upgrade DNA to the highest for each body. Some of you guys are going to do that for your water body, and those of you guys getting targeted in this nonsense, AZF nonsense. Because then, oh, after you go with your brother and your brotherhood, then you guys will go ahead and congregate. Like, see, look how she's doing this online. Then you do. Anyways, anti-Yoki struck. I don't want to hear it. You just need to handle it. Okay, this one is this speech is a force of physics speech. This is saying I'm bringing down the functions of your a specific type of like air and movement, like warfare. Yeah, it's like a force of physics speech. Yeah, and it's like for like it's like a death physics. Like, oh, a harsh and eternal and etheric force engulfs their entire reality in an instant. Their downfall is accelerated with the spiral from universal subset Yiqua, and it will take them to universal subset Zwei, where they will only find Duat, right? Etheric forces engulf them and destroy their life force with the specific spiral and lot, not light, lot. There's like light, Light, Lyte, like MC, like who's playing with this bullshit. Lite, Liite, like goofy, grown, dirty bitches playing with me sexually because you destroyed your life playing with Kamala Harris. And you're about to get hit with another round of chaos so deep that everyone's gonna be like, okay, can you turn that off though? Yeah, because everyone's like listening to this and they know what we did. We're like very, it's done. Everyone found out in an instant because this is blasting in everyone's office. And everyone heard about that. So it was nothing for them to just watch this because they think that my life is a video game. Like, oh, well, you think that you're this and that. No, I just mind my business. So we're supposed to be doing, okay, well, I can be a little feces and period blood and tampons. And, okay, well, I just thought I was supposed to be coding. And what does that have to do with me? Okay, well, It's not like that. Like, okay, why the fuck are you talking to me in virtual reality, you weird ass bitch? Okay, that's still the octopus. Why I didn't play in her octopus? What the fuck you did? Because why do you sound like me? Because that's my octopus. You sound like me. I'm dark skin purple. You're not me. Thank you. That's enough in Brooklyn, and that's enough in Bronx. That's done. Just kill that bitch. You need to play. Playing with coriander. That was my recipe too. Yeah, because I was wondering where the fuck that all came from. All of a sudden, coriander in the kitchen and all this wanting to cook and booty shorts and shit like that and period blood everywhere, right? An etheric force engulfs their mind spiral and then magnetizes them using the chemical sequence of ZZI to their ending by their own hand. Ooh. I like this one. It's like a nice, like, it's like very like mathematic. Yeah, I like this one. I'm gonna bring down another speech for that calculator because I want to amp this. So I'm gonna work on today. See, I don't have any more space in this notebook. Oh, stop it. Ooh, open up to another one, physics speech. Right? Aircraft will be debilitated. That's easy. Now you see why they're not going to space. I don't give a fuck. I'm not turning shit on. Go fuck yourself. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? And you're talking about playing with my bank account and my money. Do you know that somebody saw that? 3 people got killed in Nigeria because of that. And you're playing with Veronica and she's like big and baldheaded and trying to have sex with her husband and he's going off to go frolic with little boys. Stop playing with me and starting this. Aha. The false enforcer is exposed and banished in an instant and taken away to physical torture. And it's this spell that I cast, and that's how these people got exposed and like caught up the first time, right? And then you see it's like Pirzigi Gazani here, right? So I can read this out, and this is gonna say, is this gonna say this? But then, because I already have this like in the database, I can just like go up there and be like, okay, let me program this spell with like all the quaddle to make it jump. Just make it clap. We be burning, no concerning, and we rubbing every day. Yeah. Remember that, all right? I'm hoping. Doesn't mean I need to go like have sex with a child or do something hella delusional or destructive because it's different. You just think different. He doesn't. Is the glass half full or half empty? I like that song, High Still, Stinky Brother. And that's why Drake hacked your phone and your computer. Oh, I like this. Oh, because her ear was in. Thank you. Yeah, because I noticed something about Japan E and Nujabes. Listen to my. Yeah, be careful. Flat speech. Okay, so good. So let's. Are you done? So I just have to show you guys like waterworks and like this, how this goes down. So then on top of like your waterworks and quaddle and and Yani and Huey and Yani and Huey, Yani and Huey. And now Huey and Yani is up there like, maybe I should come to. I just opened this up to the ultimate death speech. I'm gonna play with this today. And yeah. He's involved in gang kids and PD Pablo. Let that be it. Thank you. Because I'm just reading a specific intelligence like that I like drafted down like 6 months ago. And it's coming up right now because of what they're doing with that music platform. Talking about, oh, you can upload this and that, and oh, just copy this and let's get our computer though. Because if we can get our computer, we can do this and do that. If you come near me, you'll just get stabbed in your face. I'll just go straight to the hospital and just start going bad on everybody, and they already know it. They're not ready for me. Just don't play with me, bitch. Just stop sticking your dick in people's kids and just show me my money. These people owe me billions of dollars in court, and you see what they're doing. That's why you're getting traded off your team. Thank you, man. Right. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do. Oh, this opened up to the death speech, but also opened up to like what we were talking about with diffusion centers. You remember them? Diffusion centers, Department of Defense ones that they're about to like start a bunch of shit with, like, oh, she put a spell on here, and that's how this ended up here, and that's how these dozens of hundreds of kids ended up here at government property stolen from their parents. We weren't playing with any of that. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you try to sacrifice a black woman because you know that she's aquatic and have a flower in her vagina or her DNA, and then play hella games because you want to like own like a perfume company that you have no business playing with because you don't have an akasha? Oh, my mom is Charizard. I thought you guys knew that. She just like just doesn't really talk. So we talked yesterday. I really had a lot of fun with her. She like helped me with my like dentistry and like this what you do, baby. And she was doing my hair and like, oh no. She put spells on my hair too. Like, you just have to see this. No more seafood ever. Oh, another thing with teleportation, right? Okay, I teleported this into like the candle or his food, this poison. You guys have to, because they played with you so far, you have to accept the Akasha for certain intelligences for teleportation. And that's how I can teleport anywhere. And I gave it out to people in space. So these motherfuckers that are playing don't know that somebody's about to run up on them in a minute because they can teleport there. Why not just bring the gang there? Right. So we're gonna use all these I suppose it's three. I'm looking at it, you guys and I with the I was the I7. And this one has a three. So in an instant, you open up a demonic function in three places: your heart, mind, and your womb space or your reproductive organ. You will see how to wage war with every single last one of them effectively against the enemy. What you end up waging will automatically cause the death of your enemy en masse. But if we want to like get straight to numbers, like this many people, not many people, I have to go to the upgraded speech, like three away. So I'm gonna accept the Akasha for that and then bring that down with just a single death portal because of what you did with these kids on the planet. They brought it down here. Stop playing. That's what's happening. They're mad at the magic and the ESP. Why are you sticking your dick in people's kids like that and playing with children like that? Good. Now you know what job's for. Good. Yeah, you guys have kids in space. My kids are running magic for me. Good. Go play. Right. And she's like, oh, we got her daughter to do this and that because we said that that wasn't her mom. And then we showed her Stephanie and what she did. And she went wild. Yeah, my daughter, she thought, because she thought like, oh, they're trying to confuse me and bring me down to a planet and a woman that's not my mom. That's not going to happen. So she was attacking me. She didn't know. My daughter went so as far as like, oh, they played with DNA. That's okay. She gave up like one of her DNA strands. She gave up like a DNA strand and said, oh, I will anchor this magic here and put it here. And that's how this got started. That's what they want. Like, oh, the magic can't work any other way. So it took them having to lie and say that I was Stephanie. Then my daughter went bonkers. That's the only reason why I didn't whoop her fucking ass out of infinity. It's in my daughter, Nessencia. I just let her go off. I'm like, okay, you know what? She did get sent to a torture chamber feeling, but I just, for the most part, I'm like, okay, I see it. I guess. What game is that? Ask Martha, because that's why she's switching people's kids at birth. Oh, but look at the family that you're with. Yeah, that's happened a few times. So now, okay, yeah, we shouldn't be playing like that. And people now know what the fuck we've been doing with aliens in space other just white people. That's okay. At least we found our bodies there. So you're gonna find something out about a bunch of people finding out about aquatic forms, and yeah, we've been listening the whole time. You're gonna find something out about playing on my Patreon, and I didn't know I got charged for that. What the fuck? Oh, we have to pay her for this too by next month. Right. Yeah, I want to show you one of the white people that they're playing with me with. And inner clunkling. Oh, Daisy. Oh, I see what happened to your Patreon. Yeah. But documents online. But we funded Michelle Glosser, though, and she's affiliated with Social Good Fund. Okay. And they're going to talk about this year clunkla because I look like, man, I'm going to say like they have brown ones too. They don't have black hair clunklas. Those are actually stories. Right. Useless warfare, senseless, just to get a phallus. Look at Ebony. So, right. I had to put that on there. And then it says, well, I'm going to use the other one, except use why, yeah, bring that down to octopus running functions to bring down portals and organize this in the Akasha, clear and seal all of the treasure bands. So whenever the work is flowing from one dimension to another, it cannot be hijacked. Thank you. Put a DNA sequence on yourself for that one. That's how they were playing with us for years too. That stopped a long time ago, in like the 50s. Okay, good. So water, right? Again, not sticking my dick in people's kids, not starting shit, and not exploding the cartel. It's up to you, right? Wow. I see now, like in books, hey, it's Brenda's baby daddy. How do you get smart? Well, really, there's a magic on you, like, oh, because you ate a certain type of food, like it's trying to keep your consciousness up below. So yeah, I feel like I'm stuck. You're gonna just break that, and then you're gonna say, um, I want to do things that are stimulating. Like, okay, let me watch this documentary about what happened in Mexico and what is a zoot suit. What is Bracera program? I Googled it, I couldn't find it. I guess Fernando. Stan gets Stan gets stole all his music from West Montgomery, and then his family's in here dealing with it. Bolsonaro. Oh, and this is how they were playing with the gift, Eric Conkla. I see it. Yeah, because somebody in his family went missing around this time, like his mom. Like, oh, I remember my grandma's sister. She went missing, like her grandma's sister. Yeah, this is how long they've been doing this bullshit. Oh, I see now. The white is done. Yeah, now I see. Well, now, right? So let me go to see it's down. Just make sure it's just by the season. Oh my God, I have two new best friends. I have to show you. He's a capybara. They're so cute, my best friend. Yeah. They do like divination, like, oh, I can help you find Brazil nuts, um, a certain type of walnuts, other type of nuts. Like, please don't do that. Beans and things like that too. Don't eat us, please. We're not for me. Please don't do that. He's so sweet. Okay, he's cold. They do like So, now, yeah, we started a lot yesterday. They just want to let you know whoever's like doing that fake ass nonsense about pollinating pumpkins, you really got cursed like in every reality that you could potentially exist in, which is only this one, but still. So for now. So now actually, okay. Uh-huh. And I open up again, and it says right here, I open up again. I close and I open up again. Told you she's just like making shit up. Okay. Stop sticking your dick in your daughter and give her an HIV. Good. So tilting and tampering with spirals and forms. It says tilting and tampering with the spiral in the flower. So then you feel like I feel like I'm sitting sideways, or I feel like I'm going this way. Why? Why? Or I feel like I'm going off the Richter scale. I only have but one drink. And that's how they're trying to drug you without like saying, like, oh, we're not going into your house and stuff. Well, she's gonna do it. I'm not gonna do shit, bitch. I'm gonna put a bullet to your fucking head because you're pissing me the fuck off playing with people's kids like this. I need you to stop playing with me. And that's how I'm recording. Put this by your ear. It's like you have to put it by your ear and it echoes. That's how I recorded all that bullshit they started this morning. Well, we're here for recipes too. Yeah, you got shot in your face and crying and trying to look for a different like hostel. And I only have like a few dollars because you thought you were gonna come here and get rich off screaming in my ear. And I thought she's teleporting things. Oh, they're that goofy. Oh, goofy. Thank you, Auntie Yoki. I know where you live. That's good. It's gonna come up in the Bible because I wrote down these like few books: Kings, Exodus, Esther, Job, Leviticus, and Revelations. Let me get my Bible. There's like 3 Bible verses that are gonna expose something. Really a problem. Yeah, she's here in her little body. She's so goofy. I'm not playing with you at all, little girl. Okay, so we said it's Job, Kings, Esther, Job, King, Esther, in that order. Job, King, and Esther. Okay, Job, I opened up right to Job, 16, 19. Okay, Job. Uh, Pay close attention to my words. Let this be the consolation you offer. Bear with me while I speak. Then after I have spoken, you may continue mocking. As for me, this is my moment. Is my complaint against a human being? Then why shouldn't I be patient? Is my complaint against a human being? No, it's against an aquatic being. Then why shouldn't I be impatient? Look at me and shudder. Put your hand over your mouth. When I think about it, I am terrified and my body trembles in horror. Why do the wicked continue to live, growing old and becoming powerful? Their children are always established while they are still alive, and their descendants before their eyes. Their homes are secure and free of fear. No rod from God strikes them. Their bulls breed without fail. Their cows have and do not miscarry. They let their little ones run around like lambs. Their children skip about, singing to the tambourine and lyre, and rejoicing at the sound of the flute. Lizzo, be careful with this flute. They're looking for it. They spend their days in prosperity and go down to Sheol in space, in peace. Not Seoul, but Sheol, like Seoul, Korea. Yet they say to God, leave us alone. We don't want to know your ways. Who is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what will we gain by pleading with him? But their prosperity is not of their own doing. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How often is the lamp of the wicked put out? Does disaster come on them? Does he apportion destruction in his anger? Are they like straw before the wind or shade grass? Like chaff, a storm sweeps away? God reserves a person's punishment for his children. Thank you, Scottie Pippen. You knew better than to play with that bitch and play in the cartel. just going to let them stop playing with the entire syntax of Zoom. God reserves a punishment for his children. 19. After talks of 11, 19, and 21, in the calculator, see, I told you that. Stop sticking your dick in people's kids and just stop kidnapping grown-ass men for that bullshit ass men. Just stop playing in Stefan Aisha's house and stop playing in the cartel. Just stop playing with me and things will get better. I promise you. I guarantee it. So that's done. Let God repay the person himself so that he may know it. Let his own eyes see his demise. Let him drink from the Almighty's wrath. For what does he care about his family once he is dead? When the number of his months has run out? Can anyone teach God knowledge since he judges the exalted ones? One person dies in excellent health, completely secure and at ease. His body is well fed, and his bones are full of marrow. Yet another person dies with a bitter soul, having never tasted prosperity, but they both lie in the dust, and worms cover them. I know your thoughts very well, the schemes by which you would wrong me. For you say, where now is the nobleman's house? Where is God? And where are the tents the wicked live in? Have you never consulted those who travel the roads? Don't you accept their reports? Indeed, the evil person is spared from the day of disaster, rescued from the day of wrath. Who would denounce his behavior to his face? Who would repay him for what he has done? He is carried to the grave, and someone keeps watch over his tomb. The dirt on his grave is sweet to him. Everyone follows behind him, and those who go before him are without number. So how can you offer me such futile comfort? Your answers are deceptive. Then Eliphaz the Temanite. Can a man be of any use to God? Can even a wise man be of use to him? Look at this. Does it delight the Almighty if you are righteous? Does he profit if you perfect your behavior? Does he correct you and take you to court because of your piety? Isn't your wickedness abundant and aren't your inequities endless? For you took collateral from your brothers without cause, stripping off their clothes and leaving them naked. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's recorded. Thank you, Bachara. You gave no water to the thirsty. Why am I still in this torture chamber? And withheld food from the famished. Why can't we get this food to... While the land belonged to a powerful man and an influential man lived on it, you sent widows away empty-handed, and the strength of the fatherless was crushed. Therefore, snares surround you, and sudden dread terrifies you, or darkness so you cannot see, and a flood of water covers you. Good, bitch, you got the water body that you fucking wanted. It's in the book of Job, chapter 21 to 22. Isn't God as high as the heavens? And look at the highest stars, how lofty they are. Yet you say, what does God know? Can he judge through total darkness? Clouds veil him so that he cannot see as he walks on the circle of the sky. Will you continue after talks of air clouds and playing games with blocking? Will you continue on the... Yeah. Woo! I will rejoice. This is the day that the Lord has made. Will you continue on the ancient path that wicked men have walked? They were snatched away before their time, and their foundations were washed away by a river. There's your water body. They were the ones who said to God, leave us alone. And what can the Almighty do to us? But it was he who filled their houses with good things. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. The righteous see this and rejoice. The innocent mock them, saying, surely our opponents are destroyed, and fire has consumed what they left behind. Come to terms with God and be at peace. In this way, God will come to you. Receive instruction from his mouth. Right. Yeah, I don't think you should be putting that in that child's mouth and you're like at work and you're supposed to be a social worker. Just a little bit of fun. Yeah, that's also an octopus. So now, receive instruction from his mouth and place his sayings in your heart, or chemical servers that are getting a bunch of cardiologists killed. If you return to the Almighty, verse 23, Jordan, 23 is next. If you return to Almighty, you will be renewed. If you banish injustice from your tent and co-sign your gold to the dust, the gold of Ophir to the stones and the wadis, another type of water, the Almighty will be your gold and your finest silver. Then you will delight in the Almighty and lift up your face to God. You will pray to him and he will hear you and you will fulfill your vows. When you make a decision, it will be carried out and light will shine on your ways. If you catch him with the Sean and he tell you that he's grown, girl, that nigga's saying shit. What's a Sean? Oh no, those are old words. Those are old words. Don't bring that up. A Sean. I know what oh no, let me call my granddaughter. No. This is my time. I know what a Sean is. You're a Sean. That's what you are. You're a Sean. You're a perfect Sean. You're Sean, you Sean. I'm showing you right that you were Sean. That's how we used to do it. That's done. Right. No. Oh my God. You will pray to him and he will hear you and you will fulfill your vows. Oh, yes, I'm saying when you make a decision, it will be carried out and light will shine on your ways. When others are humiliated and you say, lift them up, God will save the humble. He will even rescue the guilty one, who will be rescued by the purity of your hands. Whoa. Oh, no, not these hands, baby. Remember, these are black nigger bitch hands. I can't help you. Remember, Tiffany, I can't help you anymore. I can't help you. It's up to you. Remember, these are ape hands. No, I can't help you. No, because I'm of God. Oh, no. You're too guilty, though. So that's what they thought I was going to be doing, playing with magic. So they I'm getting ill all the time for raping a bunch of people's kids and starting shit. And all the class of 2008, 9, and 11 is missing for rituals. I'm tired of getting sick all the time. I can't eat meat and this and that. She'll fix this and that. You think I'm going to be sitting here playing with white men and you're shitting and farting and you're eating your own feces because your wife is feeding it to you. She has like a hole at the sewer and she like goes there and picks stuff up and feeds it to you and like these stews and beefs and look at what rice. I'm learning from Meanwhile. Still don't eat it. That nigga doesn't care. That's all you guys have. She has a petite cord. Oh, and he doesn't know. And she said she was holding the game. Where'd you get that? Impossible. Oh, so just verse 23. Then Job answered. This is Job. He's having a soliloquy with Bildad, which is supposed to be like the entity that formed, like his alter ego for suffering and going through so much, right? A specific type of free-form entity that, oh, if I think of the color of an entity or spirit, it should be black, like Bilal in the Bible or in the Quran. Oh, you guys are talking about playing like that. Yeah, now I have another form. See, no karma. I made free form. So then Job answered, today also my complaint is bitter. His hand is heavy despite my groaning. If only I knew how to find him so that I can go to his throne. I would plead my case before him and fill my mouth with arguments. Here, let me put something in your mouth. Do you feel this metal? Go sit down. That's a double barrel shotgun in ESP. If only I could find you. If only I knew how to find him so that I could go to his throne. I would plead my case before him and fill my mouth with arguments, not chemical servers, right? Or metals. I would learn how he would answer me and understand what he would say to me. Would he prosecute me forcefully? No, he would certainly pay attention to me. Then an upright man could reason with him and I would escape my for my judge forever. If I go east, he is not there. If I go west, I cannot perceive him. When he is at work to the north, I cannot see him. When he returns to south, I cannot find him. Yet he knows the way I have taken. When he has tested me, I will emerge as pure gold. My feet have followed his tracks. I have kept to his way and not turned aside. I have not departed from the commands from his lips. I have treasured the words from his mouth more than my daily food. Because it's the same thing. Whoa. But he is a high priest from Crystal Mansion, now knowing. But he is unchangeable. Who can oppose him? He does what he desires. He will certainly accomplish what he has decreed for me. And he has many more things like these in mind. Therefore, I am terrified in his presence. When I consider this, I am afraid of him. God has made my heart faint. The Almighty has terrified me. Yet I am not destroyed by the darkness, by the thick darkness that covers my face. Ooh, why does the Almighty not reserve times for judgment? Why do those who know him never see his days? The wicked displace boundary markers. They steal a flock and provide pasture for it. They drive away the donkeys owned by the fatherless and take the widow's ox's collateral. They push the needy off the road, play games with innocence. The poor of the land are forced into hiding, play games with like wild donkeys in the wilderness, the poor go out to their task of foraging for food. The desert provides nourishment for their children. They gather their fodder in the field and clean the vineyards of the wicked. Without clothing, they spend the night naked, having no covering against the cold. Drenched by mountain rains. Now, I'm not going to keep on going with this, but I think you guys need to just see this because this is hella magic. Yeah, because if I type this into the calculator, it's going to give me 37. Thank you. So that's the end of that chemical server. Now let's go to Esther. Oh, but look, I just started flipping the book and I made it to the book of Isaiah, who's also going to get hit playing with me, and page 370 and 371. Okay, so you guys are playing that many games. I mean, if my head were a flowing spring, and there's something about like it's like a flowing like a flower spring. It's like a certain type of Jimmy Choo, like floral one, like wildflower. It's not illicit flower, and it's not illicit. It's like a green box. That's what she did. People could ask her good. Chapter, what was it here? Mhm. When Mordecai, who was involved, learned all that had occurred, he tore his clothes, put on sackcloth and ashes, went into the middle of city, aka Oakland City Hall, complaining about Daisy, and cried loudly and bitterly. After playing with the Ludomite, starting hella shit with radiation servers, not telling people that your family is also at Borgate or Clankla, and running your mouth with Latifah and starting hella shit with stuff I never even said. Okay, yeah, and that's why you stopped talking to me months ago, like years, and you never noticed that. Good, because you're getting arrested for all that you started with your mouth with Latifah for funding and never got funding, but they ran your name badly with your ex. That's why you don't have anything. And CIS is teaching one class, that's done, just so that they don't complain and talk about like, oh, well, they don't have credits to pay for like disability. So they're just gonna wait for him to like get some illness that they're giving him with Xiong, and then he can go get like a different SSI. So it's not connected to the school. Okay, 3. It's right here. These events, chapter 1, Book of Esther. These events took place during the days of Ahasuerus. 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 Okay, who ruled 120 provinces from India to Kush. That's all I just had to say. After talks about like hashish and it's mixed with nonsense because you're playing games and like, oh, well, if I do this sex ritual with this man and kidnap him, I can use his body to cover this and hide this. So then, right here, right here, after all this took place, Ahasuerus, King Ahasuerus honored Haman, son of Hammedatha, the Agagites, not Agatha, but Agagites. After talks of the curse of Ham, I'm like, well, that's why they're dark because, oh, I didn't know people knew that. Okay. Oh, I guess it all got exposed. Oh, well, that's old. Yeah, no, I never said that. Okay. No, that's not why she's dark. It's just DMT. Yeah, but you learned that from her. So where did you get that? Well, this is knowledge that I wrote down. And okay, I know she didn't hack your computer. Where did you get this? From Daisy in the virtual reality. Okay, so then you lied to all of us then and got us all involved in these gay sick rituals so you can make like a buck or two off like tarot readings that you don't know how to do. And let me look into this. I read tarot cards, so I just don't do it publicly. That's how you get caught up. When did you have that tarot deck? Oh, only after like I saw you. Okay, because someone hacked your Amazon. Good. No, because we're still opening up the trail, right? Opening up like this whole nonsense of playing with gay sex rituals and everyone's kids going missing and playing in the cartel with Suavecito. So then he promoted him in rank and gave him a higher position than all the other officials. After talks about bitches getting fired and stuff like that over this, the entire royal staff at the king's gate bowed down and paid homage to Haman because the king had commanded this to be done for him. But Mordecai would not bow down or pay homage. The members of the royal staff at the king's gate asked Mordecai, why are you disobeying the king? When they had warned him day after day and he still would not listen, they told Haman in order to see if Mordecai's actions would be tolerated, since he had told them he was a Jew. When Haman saw that Mordecai was not bowing down or paying homage to him, he was filled with rage. And when he learned of Mordecai's ethnic identity, it seemed repugnant to Haman to do away with Mordecai alone. He planned to destroy all of Mordecai's people, the Jews, through Ahasuerus' kingdom. In the first month, the month of Nisan, now all these Nisans that are missing, like, oh, maybe we can do these ones, not the Vengeance or luxury ones, just do these ones. It's like 5 or 4K, but it's okay. You do like 20 of them a day and look how much we got. In King Ahasuerus' 12th year, the pur, that is the lot, was cast before Haman for each day and each month, and it fell on the 12th month, the month Adar. When did Adar become the 12th month? Adar is August. Okay, yeah, we were trying to create Ophiuchus playing with your birthday. Yeah, I know. And that's why these Sagittarians keep on coming around. Yeah. So, well, we just thought that there was one ethnic group scattered throughout the peoples in every province of your kingdom, keeping themselves separate. Their laws are different from everyone else's, and they do not obey the king's laws. It is not in the king's best interest to tolerate them. If the king approves, let an order be drawn up authorizing their destruction, and I will pay 375 tons of silver, which is missing from the cartel, to play with these Spanish kids. Like, oh, tell them that they need fillings. To the officials for deposit in the royal treasury, kill Sheila Tully immediately. Oh, she's getting fired. Thank you so much, Vicky. And that was it. So that's the book of Esther. I just have to pull that out. And then we're going, I went into Galatians. There's something in Galatians chapter 2. Then after 14 years, I went up again to Jerusalem with Barnabas. Yikes. Taking Titan Tiberius. Also, I went up according to a revelation and presented to them the gospel I preach among the Gentiles. That's all you need to see. Stop eating Gentile fish. It's garbage. It's like some nonsense like animal that they brought from like the ocean. It's like made up in a laboratory. It's like delusional. Okay. So let's go into Revelations now, chapter 12. Do I feel the quench of thirst and the pain of hunger as I divinate? I do. But I'm still a child of God, so I'm going to wait to eat. I don't know what I want to eat. She's excited because she has her EBT. And she's excited because the month is coming up and he doesn't know. Don't tell me. That lady at that Amazon factory is telling the truth. She knows me. She's telling the truth. I got a reading from her too, and she showed it to you. That man was playing with like the dream machine so we can get access to her code to get into the Amazon factory because she's been working there for years. It was a different company and they put her over. And she has keys to that place and everything. She's not a bad person. She's telling the truth. They're playing with the dream machine, sex magic, and everything over mate, and trying to get her code. She just thought it was like very weird that he was like talking to her like that for almost 10 years. Because he plays with the bed, so he has to stay in it. She's like a few times since that, but he was playing. She's telling the truth. Yeah, thank you so much. She's a Pisces, just she's just so here we go with another round of fucking drama. Who else is a Pisces? Sheldon is a Pisces. And it says Shelton right here. Shelton. Yeah, that plays with Ruben. Gone. Dev Labs. Get the fuck up out of here. Oh yeah, Daisy, I know her. I know what happened to that sister. Oh wow. Yeah, no, I didn't spend $4,500 on stalking and harassing her and trying to play with her on the computer. No, I never paid to like try to have her computer tapped too, and then I got into your computer with Core Commercia and drained your entire budget to play with Martha. Oh no, I didn't do that. That's not why Barney left and told on me because she saw this. Oh, oh. So, Revelations chapter 12, the woman, the child, and the dragon. The woman, the child, and the dragon, which is, I just told you that charged out by my mom. And the lamb and the 144,000, stop eating that kebab. No, it's healthier. No, that's even worse than cow. So now it says here, a great sign appeared in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head, aka the high priestess card in the tarot deck. Huh? Oh, so you guys were playing like that in space and just brought this down here. And a lot of you guys are story. Chef, what's that lady's name? Chef Bay. She's actually in this. She's actually with the book of Exodus. Was it Exodus or Acts where they were making up the altar for the acacia wood? Because there's a tree on my grandma, and that's acacia wood, and now we have a business. Congratulations, baby. I'm excited for you. I'll be there when you're having birth too, just to make sure that no bitch tries it. Because the king is born. Hey. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot. Now you know how the rabbit felt. I'm just so overwhelmed. Just crying like her. Yeah, she was just doing theatrics so she can get a cinnamon roll. She knows what she's doing, but I love her. So she was pregnant and cried out in labor. Oh, I didn't even see that. She was pregnant and cried out in labor and agony as she was about to give birth. Then another sign appeared in heaven. There was a great fiery red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on its head were 7 crowns. She's from 7th Street, and I know a few cousins down there. It's 7 of them. I used to kick it with them in high school. Yeah, then, oh, I can become a practitioner and do this and that. And then everyone noticed, like, when I said, oh, I want to get offline, 7 started going online, running his mouth about, oh, tarot cards and this and this and that. And all of a sudden, well, you're going to give it, just get the fuck offline with methods. Stop starting shit, bitch. What the fuck? They started hella shit. This is what I'm talking about. This is what it takes to play like that. So its tail swept away a third of the stars in heaven and hurled them to earth. And the dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth. So that when she did give birth, it might devour her child. She gave birth to a son, a male who was going to rule all nations with an iron rod. Yeah, he's going to be having a Christmas. So, I mean, her child was caught up to God and to his throne. The woman fled into the wilderness where she had a place prepared by God to be nourished there for 1,260 days like maternal leave. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. The dragon and his angels also fought, you see. But he could not prevail, and there was no place for them in heaven any longer. So the great dragon was thrown out into the ancient serpent, who was called the devil and Satan. So the great dragon was thrown out, the ancient serpent who was called the devil and Satan, the one who deceives the whole world. He was thrown to earth and his angels with him. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven say, the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ have now come, because the accuser of our brothers and sisters who accuses them before our God day and night has been thrown down. They conquered him by the blood of the Lamb. They conquered him. I'm so happy I'm vegan. I'm like bougie like now, like, oh no, I'm vegan. You know, I've been doing this for like a long time. Chicken, yeah, but I never ever ate that. That's like a requirement. Oh, you eat seafood, I can't date you. And you left me with the check. You didn't eat. But I don't have money to pay either. So I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I have all this on my card. I can just come back tomorrow with like $3. Hold on, let me take my coat off, right? They conquered him by the blood of the Lamb, or Pernil, or Carnitas, or that necropolis Chion, and by the word of their testimony, where they did not love their lives to the point of death. Yeah, love yours, bitch. Right? Therefore, rejoice, you heavens, and you will dwell in the sea. Woe to the earth and the sea, because the devil has come down to you with great fury, because he knows his time is short. When the dragon saw that he had been thrown down to the earth, just stop starting shit. He persecuted the woman who had given birth to the male child. Why? What did she do? The woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle. Why? Boy, I promise you, if we keep bumping heads, I know that one of these days. I saw a hawk yesterday in the backyard. I went to go throw out the trash, a falcon, and he was a high priest. He was there, and he said, "Whoa!" I said, "Whoa!" There's a high priest, and there was a message. So I just followed it, and well, now here's a woman with eagle wings because she went to go play games with the bird. There's like an eagle missing from a sanctuary because some lady went to go have sex with it. Like, oh, now I can owe money. Whites, only whites, good. And then the few that are doing that, the people of color, they're playing with dogs and cats and Martha. The woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle so that she could fly from the serpent's presence to her place in the wilderness where she was nourished for times and half a time. Times and half a time. Sin, cosine 10. 555. From his mouth, the serpent spewed water. There you go with your water, like a river flowing after the woman to sweep her away with the flood. But the earth helped the woman because she's a Virgo. The earth opened up its mouth and swallowed up the river that the dragon had spewed from its mouth. Why did he be? So the dragon was furious with the woman and went off to wage war against the rest of her offspring, those who keep the command of God and hold firmly to the testimony about Jesus, and now saying that this intelligence of warfare will follow you. See, we're not the ones that did it, and that's how their family came to slavery. Look at the Bible. What does this have to do with our federation? We didn't write this. Oh, I just saw you a pastor in the church, but I thought you said that this would work though, because the pastor is reading from the Bible. And he's an iguana. He just doesn't know about this in space. They said, look, MLK, we put them there and then nonsense. Mental look, that's nothing. They just said that, oh, serpent form, but they didn't know about that. How do we say that their federation did this unjustly so we can break this spell that they put in slavery? I'm tired of walking on my hands. What the hell? My head is like binded to my ass. Like I can't even eat properly. Yeah. What type of games are being played and how they're going down? When you're playing games with Yanni and Huey, and you're playing a Kemi, and you're starting a lot of shit, and you're playing with my daughter crackers and Rimwa, and you're playing in the Bible, and you're starting too much drama, this is what's gonna happen, and you're gonna get drama, and it's gonna be a fucking problem. That's what they talk in space. Now you're playing with the calculator, and you're telling with the Martian to cause this and that, and you're causing too many problems. You're all going to the duat. Done. How do you spell duat? How many duats are they? Pop question for Seven Bomar, who's playing games with gay sexuals. Yeah, and all this talk about duats. How can you send somebody to the duat? You don't have that type of judgment power. Yeah, I do, because everyone just saw this. They've been sending people to the duat. Okay, just say that you raped your daughter and you've been suffering. That's why you have no money and you went to go play with a bunch of niggas that now can put money on your head effectively because they lost everything, and that's how they get their honor back. At least 4 of them. Shit, it's a few more that's about to hear this, and I don't know the count because they're gonna keep that quiet. Because people will move mean on Seven for this bullshit that they started because they had no idea that Seven Bowman was involved with Larry Goss. And then their dad used to work at UPS like that, playing, then playing with Jessica's phone, and she works for the city and county, then starting shit with Tootie and Fillmore and playing. Because they got into she's right down the street. Oh, okay, yeah, we weren't doing that much where you'd like me to do that. Because people think that like a bunch of Latin bitches are like stalking and harassing you because they're ugly, because you are. Stop having sex with your cousin. You think it's cute. Oh, yeah, my cousin works here though. You can make off. So you know. So, anyways, guys, that was the end of the water presentation. T-Mobile has decided to do something, aka upload their entire server to this Starlink. So you guys are only gonna have like half the data that you usually have. So I just want to say that. And I was putting water environments on my hair, and like my edge control like just like completely tapped out because like I guess the environment like, oh, chemical warfare, let me dissolve this. So as I was like still talking, it was like poofing up and poofing up and poofing up, and my perm is out. Look at this. Look at all these naps. Look at this. All these naps. Oh no, it's already getting started. Okay, good. That's how I know my hair is going back. Okay, thank you, Miss Charles. She had me twisted. My whole hair, half of it was like right here, my hair, half of it was like here. I said, oh, you're playing with spell work. Okay. So I just figured who was playing? And she came out like, it is. La 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 lo. And you see boats in water and a man in a speedboat that got caught playing in the cartel. And yeah, just reminiscing on how this got started. Oswego, speaking of Oswegos and which way we go, Oswegos, you guys want to go play with these Oswego shoes, Martha, and they're being sold on Amazon. Ooh, because that's where they're making off now. It's just lo lily lelo chop, but it's chop. You're so fucking disgusting. You didn't know that the Edo period in Japan is like when Black and Japanese people coexisted. That's how you got Yasuke. Well, who's Yasuke? The Black Samurai. What do you mean that there's a Black Samurai from Japan? Oops. Oh yeah, that's not what happened. No more Ming Wai. She didn't do any of that. Oh no. Please, no more. Oops. So you basically got 300,000 kids killed because you told a big ass lie because you're stupid and you're from space. Good. But I mean, honestly, I don't care because people that knew better knew better. Ooh, N37. Yeah, he helps me. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Delbert Blair. Yeah, so Seven Boomer, nothing is authentic. No, man, woman, and child, or a woman, child, and a dragon. Yeah. Oh, he just passed away. Yeah. Oh, ooh, you so been in the same thing. It's just like this. They have it like in stages to release this and that, but they all married white women and they're not to be taken seriously. Frances Chris Wilson, she was killed because of what somebody saw in that room with like water magic. Like, oh, but you guys are playing with Daisy and she was in here and the roof caved in with water. Yeah. and it's letting me know that something's going to end. And that's how all the Hanifi started like dismantling and splitting up then because of that. Because we went to go see Frances Chris Wilson before she died. It was like one of 3 events that she did before she died. And it's because that roof caved in and water came down. Water, water everywhere, not a drop to drink. Dr. Delbert Blair. Oh, so this is where he's been getting all of this because they just passed it down like, oh, who's the next Hanifi to play? Oh, but you have no speech and you can't code. It would come out that would end it, period. And you're doing that on camera. Maybe I shouldn't have been my dick in people's kids because that's how it makes you feel, right? ESP, it's not possible if you didn't do anything. Oh, maybe we should stop calling because that's how people know who to arrest. Oh, okay, right. Fucking delusional. Good, done for. Something's coming up with Macy's because of this whole shit that people got put in jail for, and people's families are like hella fighting. Like, oh, so you're not giving her money because you did this and that. It's bigger than that. Because when I get paid, all those niggas are getting out of jail. And there's something really serious about, okay, Aaron, they have to get out of jail because they know that they didn't do the retail theft because like Daisy used to work there. And they're gonna say that you guys like orchestrated this because of all this going on. Okay, well, we should be like trying to yes. Oh, she came here like twice and I was wondering what she was doing. And she came again and look at this and look at that. Yeah, but all of you guys play with Martha and 2 of you guys got a job there because of Minerva Carcano. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know people were watching me like embarrass myself. Everyone's watching. Yeah, because I just got a text message that, do you know I'm watching this? Everyone's watching. So keep playing with period blood and stuff. I'm just looking for my baby daddy. So how many kids did you get? Is he okay? So many guys. So stop. Let's call everybody in, even the ops. Yeah. And it's been settled. Celebrate was at that meeting too. Okay. There was a few fights, but everything got settled. Yeah. Families got exposed for deep chaos. Like I didn't know that you did that in the war though. So, so cute. It's him. He's the one that goes to the meetings. This one. He goes to the meeting. It's like, oh, let's see what they have for like dressing and stuff. ASOS, you need longer shoes. There's men that have bigger feet. You need to make them wider. These ones that you're using are for women. Daisy had ordered some, so they said, oh, let's start making them for longer women's shoes. And that's who has everyone's kids in Canada. It's somebody that I went on eBay and I ordered a shoe like what's the thing like the mold for the shoe? It's like, oh, you like design it and shape it. And like I was just like doing a project. I was like, oh, let me see. I still have those. I still have those. Yeah. That's where they're hiding a bunch of kids in Canada. Yeah, I do because I had to send her a money order and that's how we got flagged in the system. Like, oh, Daisy did it. I just randomly found them on eBay. No wonder. Now I see why this keeps on happening. Okay. There's a bone in it, yeah. He has bones, I have bones, right? Hands for you just to show you the bones. Like it was like a dog twirling. Like, are you seeing this? He thought that she was like, oh, I'm not your mate. What are you doing? She was like showing you like her structure. Do you see this? That's what you're eating. And they're playing with that pernil meat, that chicken, that egg, and meat. Okay, guys, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching.